Welcome back to the Box2Box podcast.
This is episode 49, and today we have power rankings.
But first, we will do our Champions League review. The quarterfinals are set.
And Alvarez's pen, should it have counted?
All that and more on the Box2Box podcast.
Let's go.
You ain't going home,
Your
bro.
Honor, I'm sorry. Your Honor, I'm sorry.
Also on the pitch, Mbangula starts our next. Mbangula,
She's Egyptian. She's Egyptian. Game tomorrow, would you rather Saliba or Mbappe?
Right? Saliba right now.
You wouldn't.
Saliba right now.
You're sacrificing that face when you lie. That's
Welcome back, everyone. It is St. Patrick's Day as of recording, but none of us are wearing green.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, it's true.
Very nice.
Forgot about that.
I was thinking about the Celtic kit. I was thinking about it.
that would have
been
good.
perfect.
Good addition.
Good timing.
But
Yeah.
Millie, this time last year, you were actually in.
I was actually in
You were
Ireland.
in Ireland.
Yeah, first St. Patty's
That's
Day.
where you got the Celtic kit.
That's where I got exactly where I got the Celtic
Wow.
in.
Full
But I think the idea of St. Patty's Day around the world is seen different than what it is in Ireland. I feel like in Ireland it's
more like an Independence Day.
yeah, and this one's more like just an excuse to party in any
Yeah.
other way in any other place in the world.
But we have a lot of Irish people in Montreal.
a huge
Like,
tradition.
So downtown is jamming with like
Yeah.
people, and it's like a certain certain type of people. Like the people, you look at them and you're like, they celebrate St. Patrick's Day.
you know
Yeah,
that they celebrate.
Like everyone's
St.
wearing
Patty's
pins, like Guinness pins, and drinking beer and all that. It's cool to see, and especially here, the weather's like finally winter has finally broke,
Yeah,
so
thank God.
people are
Yeah.
finally going out again. There's no more 10 feet of snow outside.
Day. Yeah, it was nice. And then also like a little Montreal niche is like McGill does like the what's it
Ginger
called?
run.
The ginger run.
Yeah.
Ginger run where
McGill University.
yeah, well, yeah, McGill University, and then it's like they get all the redheads from McGill University and they run down the monster hill.
Yeah.
Then they just go down the main path. Yeah.
Like I got invited to go, and I'm like, I'm not going to watch a bunch of redhead people run down a hill and up a hill.
Yeah, that's all they did.
In context, it doesn't
And,
sound
and
that
every
fun.
year they do it.
No,
Every
there's a
single year.
crowd of like hundreds of McGill students watching
People
just
run down a hill.
A bunch of people run down and then up the hill.
Yeah, it's like they parade the redheads.
Yeah.
In the students the student body, but
Yeah.
yeah, St. Patty's Day, but didn't shy away from the games that happened this week too. It was,
Whoa,
Zuvi.
one
busy.
second. We had Millie. This is the
happening?
first weekend of Formula One.
I was chatting with some of the people in the Discord too during the qualies.
Really?
Yeah, but
You were chatting late because for us
yeah.
Eastern time that the
Oh.
qualifying was at 12. No,
yeah,
1.
12-ish or 1.
And
yeah.
the race was at 12 Eastern
Yeah.
time.
As soon as quali finished, I texted the Discord. I'm like, listen, guys, it was great to talk to you guys. I'm going straight. To
Yeah.
I'm going to bed.
Yeah. No, but F1 definitely was a movie.
Yeah, I mean, we were a little bit tired watching, but
I caught what I could.
McLaren's is looking as if the McLarens are the front runners this season.
Yeah, and too much aura farming from Ferrari.
So Varvar Oracle, okay. I'm just gonna hand myself the Oracle. I said Lewis Hamilton's kind of washed now. No, at one point.
It's one race.
And,
Yeah, it's literally one. If even Firms gets it, Oracle shit right there.
He finished 9th. Or what did he finish? 8th, 9th? What did he finish?
But if you're gonna claim this, you had to at least looked up where Hamilton.
The stats.
You had to do this prior to prove your point, because now it just
And you lost the Oracle.
You lost the
What's
Oracle.
Hamilton going to Ferrari in football terms?
Ronaldo to Man United.
Back? Like
No.
the
Yes.
second time?
Yes.
No,
the
Ronaldo to
second
Juve.
time. No.
Yeah, but Ronaldo going to Manchester United, you didn't think you were winning the Champions League. That's
Bro,
what,
yes, I did. What
No,
the fuck?
no.
You thought you were going to win the Champions League.
Bro, we were
The second
pulling up-
time.
We had just finished second place. We had
second, but first second.
okay, but then you bring in Ronaldo.
after Juventus. After you told me that Juventus having
Bro,
Ronaldo
you
changed
know-
nothing for 2
you
years.
You know how it
What do I
feels
know?
to bring. These guys don't know how it feels to bring in Ronaldo. Into
I know
the
how
club.
it feels to bring into Ronaldo
It brings you so much blind optimism.
until
You don't.
you
don't
see
win
a,
anything.
you see a
but you
season.
can't help yours. I knew Ronaldo was finished, and I still twerked for that motherfucker.
No, Ronaldo was coming off Champions Leagues with Real Madrid going to Juve. That I could believe.
Yes,
But Juve
that's
fans
the
saying,
difference.
yeah, we're making a push for
Bro,
Champions
this
League.
guy
100
scored
mil.
50 goals for Juventus that season before he joined Man
Bro,
United.
you bought the version just for sales. Like we bought a player, you bought a mannequin
Yeah.
for jersey sales.
And then who did you
Exactly.
put behind
That's
them?
crazy
Ten Hag.
No,
Was it Ten Hag?
no, it was Ole.
Oh, then
Was
after
Ole
it was
gone?
Ten Hag because that's the falling
Even
off.
better, bro.
No, but Ten Hag said, get him out of my club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stage 6 Ole.
Crazy work.
Yeah.
Bro, At least we cut ties early. You're still on. No, literally stage 6 Arteta right now.
Rage
Already
bait.
rage baited.
Bro, he got-
All this from a
You see
Lewis
how
Hamilton
Arteta said we're on
conversation.
stage 6?
Vavar said, "Let me rage bait them with the Lewis Hamilton," and then we got reverse rage baited.
Bro, that's talent. We're learning. We're
Bro,
evolving the
we're
rage.
so
bait.
good at this.
But
So wait, the answer is like, what's the you don't really have one?
It's
Ronaldo
bro.
to Man U.
If Mercedes is Real Madrid
Yeah.
for Hamilton's career, then it would be Juventus. This is the
No.
one right after.
Okay.
Because Hamilton is not the Hamilton that he was. When Ronaldo left for Juve, he was at the peak of his career. It's not. He had just three-peated for Real Madrid. It's not the equivalent. He just won Ballon d'Or.
But it's also not the Man United version.
It is the Man United version.
It is.
You guys are because you guys are Ferrari fans. You guys don't understand that Hamilton is not the Hamilton of old.
Yeah, but it's not. But it's not
We're
Hamilton. Like you have to understand, Hamilton needs time with the car. He needs to get used. It's
Bro,
there's a
F1
lot
is not
more,
like that.
Yeah.
F1 is
Is
not
it-
jump onto a pitch and start scoring goals.
Yeah.
Is it
it's
Mbappe
not.
to Real Madrid from PSG then?
No.
No, because he's
That's a way
Mbappe's
up.
young.
Mbappe's
Yeah.
good.
Okay. I see.
Hamilton, this was
Yeah.
like a legacy thing, like to race with Ferrari and possibly win the
eighth?
championship
Yeah.
that pushes him to the 8. Like that was the story. That's the storyline. It's a storyline transfer.
Mbappe to get the Champions League around
It's
Madrid.
no Ronaldo to help Man United get back their Premier League title and shit. It's a storyline transfer. Thank you. You're proving my
No.
point.
No, but it just the stars align a lot more with Hamilton than Ronaldo going to Manchester United. Like, what was the point of a second transfer to Manchester United?
What
None.
was the point of Hamilton to Ferrari?
Because he could win his
Because the
8th
team- yeah.
championship and he's with the most historic team in
But
football.
what
you have
from
to
the
do
team
it, yeah.
from the team perspective? What helped it? Like why
Bro,
do it?
See, you don't like. You're not an F1 like fan,
like that,
so you
bro.
don't know.
Leclerc is better than Hamilton right now.
Bro, you don't understand that having a veteran driver like Hamilton behind the scenes, like working with the engineers, tweaking the car and fixing it after hours, that's so much
So
more
go get
valuable.
Fernando Alonso.
Bro,
Yeah, bro, he's
that's
beyond-
that, bro. He's 40, like he's like 44.
And
Like,
he
that's-
also
He's
already
better
raced
than
with Ferrari.
Hamilton.
No,
okay, yeah, we're
Alright.
moving on because
He is better than Hamilton.
He's not better than Hamilton.
Right
But-
now?
Bro,
Current day?
Two seasons with Hamilton as a secondary driver for Mercedes. All of a sudden, we forget what he's done.
Bro,
So,
if you're using your one sample size, Alonso DNF'd this race. So
Yeah.
shit.
Go
No,
good
but
for
I'm
Ferrari.
using 2 years of sample size for Hamilton. Him competing
yeah,
basically
but
with Russell.
Alonso was the clear number one for Aston Martin, though. Like the
Yeah.
clear number one.
Yes, and
Lewis
Stroll-
Hamilton was not
the
the,
gap
number one
between
with
1
Mercedes.
and 2 at Aston Martin
Look who
was
they kept.
insanely large.
Look who they kept. Well, it's Lance Stroll.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you look into it, but the gap. What was I saying? The gap between. Never mind. Forgot what I was going to
Whoa,
say.
George Russell?
Literally rage
Yeah.
baited into forgetting your thought.
No, because like
Crazy.
you wouldn't get it. You
Unbelievable.
don't
Wouldn't
watch
get it,
F1.
bro.
You just rage bait us.
But yeah, I think the Tifosi are a little disappointed from the season, from the
Finished
start
10th,
of the season.
Finished 10th, by the way.
Yeah, well,
I looked it up.
as I said, it was poor
And where did
strategy.
Leclerc finish?
Sixth or seventh. He didn't have a good race either.
There's no way you ask ChatGPT.
Getting
things like this.
ratioed by your teammate is crazy work.
The teammate that's been there for like 4 years, like yes, obviously.
Bro.
But
And
anyways,
supposedly he got into a fight with his engineer too.
just straight misinformation. too.
Bringing toxic environment. It's Ronaldo to Man United. Toxic
Bro,
environment.
However, F1 is not for rage bait.
it's- yeah,
Toxic.
F1 is a
Very
good community.
toxic, this guy.
A very good
This
community.
Lewis Hamilton
You're
chap.
not convincing
Yeah.
me, Barber.
7-time world champion, but yeah.
This Lewis Hamilton chap's very
Anyway,
toxic.
let's get to something that Vara knows a little bit more about.
Down.
Which was
A little bit though, not a lot. Just
Bro,
a little.
you had a
Debatable.
joke. You had a joke lined up straight for you. How can you not do the let's speak about something else Varvar knows nothing about CL?
Yo,
You had a joke lined up,
And then you had a crazy
You
comeback.
missed the layup.
And then you had a
missed the-
crazy alley oop. Because then
missed-
you would have answered me. Me neither, bro. Because I did it. Because I can't watch Champions League either.
That's
Well, no,
crazy
your
work.
team played, bro. At least.
Yeah, well, we're sitting on the same couch, bro.
Yeah,
aren't we?
legit sitting on
Literally.
the same couch. And a lot of teams are going to be sitting on the same couches because the quarterfinals are set now. But I think definitely there were two main storylines that came out of this round of 16. Well, we'll start with
Drama.
Yeah, a lot of drama.
Drama.
We'll start with Real Atletico.
Cinema.
Absolute cinema. That first off, I'm just going to say it. I think Atletico should have won that game.
Should have went through.
Should have went through, but
Should have went through.
penalties
Nothing
decided otherwise.
fucking happened in the game.
Should have went through.
I mean, first leg they were of the better side, and I do think they were equal at least to Real Madrid in both legs. But Alvarez, Arana, unfortunately,
slip up.
poor penalty.
Listen, the way I see that rule, I don't think they can change it because that rule can, if they change it to like back to the way that you can kick on your own foot or whatever, where is the line of like, can players now start doing double like elastical pens?
UEFA is now looking into the rule.
Yeah.
And they want to add to the rule that it has to be completely unintentional.
That's the thing, but that's so subject. Well, no, actually, if a guy does an elastical pen, like it's pretty,
It's pretty, you can
obvious.
tell. It's
But-
more like if he slips.
Yeah.
Like that was like Julian Alvarez's penalty was a clear slip.
How do you, yeah, exactly. But that's very obviously unintentional.
What if they start training, bro? Football has become so advanced. Like
You can't train to a fall.
no, but you can.
Bro, is it really worth it at that point to
Just-
spend
just shoot-
10,000 hours
shoot
faking
the
to
ball,
learn
bro.
how
Get
to
the ball.
fall?
No, literally
I'm
just
saying you're.
This guy's gonna turn into what's the Tom Cruise to learn how to take a pen, learn to be a stuntman, to start falling
Oh.
backwards, controlled falls.
Get those Oscars, bro.
Yeah, it's
Get those
tough.
I'm saying, bro, a guy very dedicated to it can learn how to make his instep slightly touch the ball and bounce it, and so that his other foot kicking it is like the ball's elevated. Like,
Yeah, but what ended up happening is that he shot with, like, he slipped with his left and he shot with his right to his left. It's not that the landing foot kicked the ball
Yeah,
out.
it was
you know?
what he kicked.
Yeah.
It ended up.
And that's what
grazing
people
it.
didn't understand. And honestly, that's when I was watching, I thought that he hit it with his left leg, but he didn't.
well, it was like a boom boom. Like he
Yeah.
kicked it and then it bounced.
He
off
kicked it to his
It's
left.
not
yeah.
really. It shouldn't. By the rule, it shouldn't have counted.
Shouldn't have counted.
Now, should we fix the rule? Is
Yes.
more the
Yeah.
question. But a lot of people are saying, "Oh, Real Madrid." Even if that would have counted, it was still a tie penalty shootout.
But which is
Still a 50-50.
yeah. But regard like.
I
yeah.
still think why not retake it? Like, is it that big of a deal that, you know?
Well, I mean, the fact that what was it, FIFA or UEFA? They both they came out and said that like immediately we'll review.
Yeah.
Shows that I think they do also see it as like somewhat unfair.
Yeah, that wasn't a good look. That
It really wasn't. They didn't stick to it.
They instantly defended. Not
Yeah.
defended. They instantly like said, we
Did you
will
see Diego Simeone too after
Yes.
the game?
That was
After
funny.
the
So
game,
aura loss.
No, yeah, I know.
Such
What'd he
an
do?
aura
What'd he
loss.
do?
Did anyone see the ball get kicked twice?
Raise
Did
your
anyone
hand.
see the ball? And
your
the
hand.
camera pans. There's no one in the room.
There's one reporter sitting in the middle looking at him.
way.
Yeah.
I didn't see that view.
Yeah.
Bro, his
Just
whole
show
rant, was in front of one, like maybe two reporters.
They must have said like no reporters allowed in this
No,
for this
no.
interview.
It was probably because they wanted to report on the winners. Probably. I don't know. I don't know.
No,
To be
bro,
honest.
Well,
like, that's
sometimes you could
weird.
say like I don't want those journalists. I don't want
Oh,
those.
Ten Hag did that at Man United.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So you choose who you want in the room.
Yeah.
He probably chose no one.
So then he's, bro, that's crazy.
He told the one guy, ask me this question, please.
yeah.
Anyone raise their hand?
Mm-hmm.
You see, no one raised their hand. And then no one was there. So
You should be a
That's the
politician.
That's pretty good.
bro, he's got the notes. He's got the code.
Then he's gonna say, "You see, no one lifted their hand."
Straight out of Stalin's book.
Straight, bro. Can't vote against you if there's no one to vote.
Yeah. But it is a shame that like something, a game like that over two, like intense, bro. Like
Yeah.
that was an intense
Yeah.
couple games and it got decided over pens, firstly. And then secondly, there's with drama. Like, and especially as a Real fan, like asterisks, like you didn't, you
I
went
thought
through.
you were saying as a Real fan. I was like, when
No,
the
no,
fuck
no,
did
no,
this
no.
happen?
No,
No, there's no-
Add that one to the list.
Jet?
Juventus, Arsenal.
No, there's no Real.
Real Madrid.
There's no Real
Only
fans
winners,
in the
only
room.
winners.
These are all neutrals. There's no Real fans in the room.
Fact.
But I'm looking at you, Varvar. But I mean, going now in the following rounds, bro, it's Real Madrid. So like I'm
Against
back.
Arsenal.
I'm back to Real Madrid aura versus everyone else.
And there's
Yeah.
no better story than Real. Like the only team that could have done this in CL is Real
Yep.
Madrid.
Yep.
I couldn't
Like
believe it.
the shithousery. Like Arsenal fans, they melt down over the smallest thing. If something like that happened to Arsenal
Oh,
fans in the next
D-Day.
round,
Ooh.
I actually think Twitter would break. I actually think Twitter would cease to exist.
I'd be there,
because
bro. I'll be
Arsenal
there.
fans would shut down.
I would be there no matter what. Those troops
No, but
highlights.
this is like
I'll be there no matter what.
This is like Twitter wise. This is like plastic. Like plastic, you don't see many Real accounts versus like a fan base that you see infinite accounts, and it's usually salty.
Yeah.
Like Arsenal fans are usually being salty about something on Twitter.
Is Saka supposed to be back for that matchup?
No.
Maybe the second.
Oh, no.
Probably not.
Not even the second leg.
It's April.
Tight.
It's
I'll look up
it's
the
April.
exact
It's
date.
April 8th. So the second leg, according to the timeline, it should be April 11th, second week.
Oh my
Second
god.
game.
that
And
would
you know
be really
Arteta's fucking even
Yeah.
if the hamstrings half cooked,
Oh,
brother,
you're in.
start
He's
running.
in.
You're in.
Get to that right wing.
You're
Yeah.
in. It's all they got fighting for, bro.
Crazy,
It's all they
bro.
got. So definitely really.
Early April 2015. So yeah.
Okay, so he's
Yeah.
rushing him in.
So that means it's going to be mid-March. So we should be seeing him soon. Surprised you didn't get called up to the England squad, to be honest.
Oh,
I mean, we got something to talk about the outing.
He's gonna be training tomorrow morning.
but yeah, tough for Real.
Yeah.
There's not much to say. I mean, Atletico didn't deserve to go through in the end. Real Madrid outclassed them and they won the penalties. However, there's another tie that kind of changed the conversations, I think.
Keepers.
There's been a shift in the the top league in the world. Some would say
Conversaciones.
whispers. I just hear whispers on Twitter. I'm just the messenger. Don't shoot me.
Some rumblings.
But apparently, the best league in the world, with the best team in the best league in the world, lost to League One McDonald's
Potter.
top team. League One McDonald's, by the way, new sponsor
Fast food
McDonald's.
joint.
You're wearing the Liverpool kit.
Millie always wears the wrong kit every time. He always wears the wrong kit.
I mean, I wear what fits, bro. I wear what fits.
Yeah.
I'm not getting rage baited, bro. Because
It's not a rage bait.
if you,
It's not even
if
rage
there was
bait.
if there was a lie detector in this room right now, every
me up,
single
bro.
one of you
Ivy.
would say the Prem is the best league in the world without a shadow of a doubt. So I'm not getting
have to
rage.
think about it.
These guys are literally creating a fictional rage bait conversation just to reel me in. You understand this?
I'm
guys,
not.
right?
The fans.
It's a 3v1 every week I hop on this pod.
Bro, it's about the fans, and the fans want a neutral take. And I'm just saying it. What's the best league in the world?
Palace saw a tweet with 3 likes on Twitter that said the Prem, no, we can't take that league serious
Oh, we're
anymore.
staying by it.
I-
We're
I
staying-
saw
we're
it.
staying on neutral.
You pulled the Diego Simeone.
I'm gonna be honest. I saw it on our live stream. They were
Yeah?
chatting. They were saying, "Oh, what happened to
They're
Liverpool?"
all rage baiters too.
Barbara,
bro.
what's the best league in
They're
the
all
world?
masturbators, bro.
What's the best league in the world?
The Prem.
And
Of course.
Who's the best team in your league?
Right now, honestly, Liverpool lost back to back.
But that's the best
Arsenal
you have to
just
offer.
got a clean sheet against
Oh
Chelsea.
my
Brother.
God!
So who is it? I need an answer.
Manchester United haven't lost in a month and a half.
Okay,
I have to
so
say
who
Manchester
is-
United.
so
you're
is
bringing
the best
Manchester United to
only
the table?
undefeated team in Europe.
No. Who is the best team?
Manchester United.
Oh,
Okay, come on now.
That's smart trying to get out of it. but
Only
that won't
undefeated
cut
team
it.
in Europe,
Weaseled
bro.
his way out of
Unfortunately,
that
that
one.
Only
won't cut it.
undefeated team in Europe this season.
Bro, come on, you know what's
Plus, we haven't lost in like a month and a half.
Who
We're
ran
not
away?
back-to-back
Who
games
ran
won.
away with your title? Liverpool.
15 points, bro.
That's the fact of the matter, and they've been knocked out by Paris Saint-Germain.
Bro, once again, our team's in CL. So, okay, who do you think is the best league in the world? I'll throw it back to you, okay? Go.
Let me think about
Gotta say La Liga.
I think
gotta
there's
say La Liga.
Gotta say
three-way
La
tie.
Liga.
There's a 3-way tie, bro.
It might
Gotta
just
say
be
La
right.
Liga.
So, Man United just beat Real Sociedad, okay? So, we knocked that one off the list.
What
wasn't it extra time?
was that in a friendly, or I didn't see that on the
Europa League.
billboard? Oh, sorry, I don't follow that league.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I don't
Well,
follow.
you better get used to it, bro. As a Juve fan, you better get fucking
I don't.
It has
I don't,
begun.
I don't follow that.
It has
league
begun.
that bad, bro. We were supposed to be in conference league 2 years ago. We said, nah, screw that, bro. Just kick us out. They kicked us out.
But this does not change any opinion on the best league in the world conversations. This is just they caught Liverpool at a bad time. And hats off, bro. PSG, that's a statement win.
Statement.
I spoke to a PSG fan recently. They say it's the biggest win in their history, potentially.
Really?
Yeah. They say it's bigger than that win against Dortmund. They say it's bigger than that win against Atalanta that they had, the comeback. Like he said, it meant more.
When they went to a final versus Bayern, who did they beat in the set? Did they have
They beat Dortmund.
Dortmund?
Yeah.
And then prior,
I-
like
They
I
beat
could see-
Atalanta.
I could see the argument.
okay, so there was
They
no.
beat Leipzig.
So they've never played a big,
No, but they
like a massive match.
I think they beat Barcelona 1 year in CL, if I'm not mistaken. Man City, I think they beat 1 year
You know
in
what
CL.
this was? You know, this was like Canada USA. Like I think it was very
no.
charged behind. Yes, because you had the top team in the Premier League. That was kind of like USA Hockey, saying that they're the best team in the world. Give me anyone, we'll beat them. And then you had PSG, Team
Brother,
Canada said, "Come on,
Brother, this is literally okay. This is no. It's like
bro." It was charged. You had to see. You had to, bro. You had neutrals that didn't even watch, bro. We do not support Premier League teams. We do not support PSG.
Bro, listen.
But yet I was there screaming and hollering, watching PSG dominate Liverpool.
non-Prem fans act like this when it was Liverpool versus PSG, but Liverpool are literally on the vibe of I don't even know who you are.
That's crazy.
lost.
Now they know who the fuck they are, bro.
Scoreboard, bro. Literally
Yes,
scoreboard.
Yes, but this guy's speaking like it was the biggest build-up, like there's political tension between
Well,
the
listen.
no, but there was some background to it, bro. We were like, it was basically the world versus the elites.
Yeah, bro. This was PSG. That everyone wrote them off.
The people won.
So what happens if they lose to Aston Villa?
We don't care, bro. We already got.
Yeah, already got
your
top.
fix?
We already got it, bro. We already got the love, bro. That game, anything could happen. We don't care.
Okay.
Aston
When
Villa
Man
is
United
six.
smokes Lyon next round, I'll
You'll keep that in the
yeah.
bank.
Yeah.
Well, listen. Liverpool still have the Premier League.
Man United are gonna get Liverpool's get back.
That's your league, by the way.
Ooh,
That's crazy.
So are we doing any football analysis today, or just
Rage rate?
we're just rage baiting each other?
that's crazy.
It's not even rage bait, bro. I watched Lyon today. They played decent. 4-2.
That Fonseca ball. You're tuning into that Fonseca
I
ball?
had to scout the opponents, you know. Can't let the ops go unnoticed.
They're very good right now.
Yeah.
Intriguing. Even
Yeah.
with Fonseca sitting in the
Yeah.
Does-
A
does-
7-month ban.
Does
whatever.
Liverpool beat them? Conversation.
All I gotta say is Ryan Cherki. We need to have conversations about this brother too. This could be maybe a Patreon thing, but this brother's
just Patreon subs dropped to 0.
Yeah.
Breaking news.
Nobody
That's what we
signs up
getting.
for that
That's what we
conversation.
getting. Damn.
Breaking news.
we get it.
That's what we're getting. Damn.
No, but I don't know if you
drought.
guys have seen this guy's stats recently. Crazy
balling
work.
out.
I think he has like 13 goals and assists in the last 10 games or something like that. Crazy. He's playing crazy. Finally fulfilling the potential that he had set for him.
But then if he would get like, let's say this summer he would get a big. Were to get a big move, probably won't. But I just know that transfer would be a flop.
But there's actually a whole background to his past transfers that fell through and shit like that. As a 17-year-old, he was like 24 hours away from joining Manchester United as a 17-year-old for 25 million. But Lyon pulled out of the deal last second. Man United even sent an airplane to
go pick him
Lyon to pick him up, but it fell through last second. Dortmund were trying to buy him for the longest while, but I showed you guys. I think I showed you guys the text. The owner of Lyon and
Yeah, I
Dortmund
saw
hate
the
each
beef.
other, so they don't want to sell it to Dortmund. There's a whole thing, but supposedly this brother, I don't know, but he's fulfilling his potential. Finally, form like this, you're bound to get a transfer, especially
Sure.
if Lyon are not making CL or something. I don't know what place are Lyon in champ.
Third, fifth,
So-
fourth.
And they're not getting an extra coefficient spot.
It's
so-
Marseille,
PSG,
Marseille.
Marseille.
PSG,
I'd
Marseille.
say lost today against PSG.
2-0, 3-0.
Conversation.
Yeah.
I think Lyon.
They're fifth.
Yeah, fifth.
But Nice are in fourth, and they go into Champions League qualification. So even if you finish fourth, you still go into Champions League qualification. And Champions League qualification, it's not that easy anymore. You still had teams like I think Galatasaray this year lost in Champions League qualification. Like there's decent teams in Champions League qualification. So
Well,
But anyway, back to Liverpool. Back to
so now when it's time to speak about leagues that aren't the Premier League, no, bro, let's go back to the Premier
Bro,
League.
we have PSG versus Liverpool, a Champions League, and we're talking about Ryan Cherki and Lyon,
crazy
bro.
work.
Welcome to football.
We know what PSG are up to now, but Liverpool, they're going into this season now. They only have the Premier League left. So
And they got knocked out by
And-
Newcastle.
bro, they lost the
They're gonna
Oh,
have to
that's
win.
bad.
They're gonna have to win the second most prestigious trophy in European comps.
Bro, you're already up by 15
Second most
points.
prestigious.
Yeah,
After
you're
Champions League, the Premier League's the hardest and most prestigious trophy.
okay. Whatever floats your boat, but
Only English teams could play in it, but
basically,
So you're saying you'd rather win the Europa League than the Premier League?
you can't be prestigious if some teams can't even play in it.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't. You automatically
You're talking
can't.
about World Cup, you
So
could throw that
would-
in.
So you would rather? Okay, so you would rather?
Bro,
Bro,
Wait,
what's
wait,
your
wrong
thinking
today.
in it? Barcelona can't win the Premier League. They're not in it.
Sure,
So they can never win the second most prestigious
but it's
trophy.
harder to win the Premier League than it is to win every other competition. I would say, other than maybe Champions League.
I don't know.
Plead the
I don't know if
fifth,
there's any.
What's a statistical?
Statistical
what's that,
analysis.
bro?
What the
Agenda.
fuck's the what?
I mean, but what I'm saying is,
Producer T got a little chuckle.
but Liverpool right now, 15 points ahead. They have no serious games left. None. That you don't have to. It's cruise control.
All
for the
right,
rest of the
guys.
season.
Liverpool
Am I wrong?
fans, Liverpool fans, see you next year.
Am I wrong?
But he's
Am I
not wrong. He's not wrong.
You're up by 15 points. You're not playing any games that are determinant. Like does not affect your season. As soon as you lose, it affects your season. Champions League, they lose, affects the rest of their season. And I'm not gonna lie, it also affects the Ballon d'Or rankings because Mohamed Salah will only have the Premier League on his CV when Ballon d'Or season comes in. Is he out of contention?
100% right now. I think
You're saying he's out of contention?
Listen, it's tough to say because obviously if Barcelona don't win the Champions League, then Rafinha too is out of contention. But I think just winning the Premier League is not enough nowadays.
Context, because we watched the PSG Liverpool 2 games. Salah was a ghost, and the moment Salah got yanked in the first game, Harvey came on and scored. So
Been a ghost.
if you ghost in big matches like that, but yet you score and assist a bunch of goals in the Premier League, it doesn't.
54 to be honest, to be exact.
54
Yeah, it might be different by time, but yeah, 54.
in the Premier League.
Yeah. No, 54 all comps. I think he's at 40, 40 something in the Premier League.
I'm sure Rafinha has a lot of GA too, and probably less of it is penalties than Salah, because Salah
No.
scored a shit ton
So
of
we're
penalties.
spreading misinformation.
What?
We're spreading this. We learned this on stream, bro.
What?
The stats were sent to us on stream. Salah has more non-pen goals and assists than Rafinha this season.
Salah has better
Yeah,
stats
but I'm
right
saying I just said comparable.
But
All I
I-
said was
He has
comparable.
44 goals and assists in the Premier League.
Okay, but now the thing is that we saw with Vinicius Jr. when he really got into that Ballon d'Or conversation when he was scoring important goals for Real Madrid in the Champions League. Mohamed Salah will not have that this season.
Rodri didn't have it last year. He didn't win CL.
He won the Euros.
He won the Euros.
Different times because
Yeah, I know.
you don't have an international competition right now.
Completely different, and you know that. But it's
Didn't play the finals of the Euros.
Doesn't matter. He was there for the journey.
The journey. A lot.
Bro, oh my God, you're such a...
Rage Vader.
But it's crazy how you guys put so much emphasis on CL the year that a Barca player is involved in CL. But then
We
the
did
year
it
that
for-
You're acting as if I'm a
but then the
Barcelona
year that
lover.
Real Madrid won CL with Vinicius winning CL, it was guys, let's vote for Rodri.
But I voted for Rodri. I voted for Vinny. Sorry, I said that Vinny should have won the Ballon d'Or.
So you're the only one that can actually sit here and say Rafinha.
I also voted for Vinicius.
Yeah, I think the
the video.
the consensus
I
was
voted
Vinny
Rodri.
to win.
I voted Rodri, but I have to say Ballon d'Or is about recency because you can't judge what a player did 10 months ago when there's the Euros. Rodri was playing in the Euros. You have to take that into consideration.
But forget Rodri, we're talking about Salah.
Yeah.
Salah is having an amazing season
no,
in the Premier League.
not just an amazing.
Okay,
historic,
spectacular.
historic
In the Premier League.
Once,
the Premier League.
once of a kind season, one of a kind.
In the Premier League.
In the Premier League.
Bro, he's about to potentially break the goal record plus the assist record. Do you know how fucking insane that is?
How many goals does he have?
20. Let me check.
He's not potentially breaking the goal record.
27.
He is also on pen.
20,
Haaland- yeah.
Haaland has how many?
There's how many games left, bro?
Haaland had like
10?
34, 36.
Yeah, there's 10 games left.
It really,
So he has to score a goal a
depends
game.
on what you value more because listen, ultimately his team, I know it's an individual achievement, but his team is not in Champions League. So he will not have those important games. He'll be playing Southampton, he'll be getting 2 goals. Are you putting more emphasis on those goals that he's scoring in the Premier League or maybe
Okay,
a
but
team
then
that-
he'll play, let's just take an example, okay? He'll play Manchester United, okay? Who,
and he'll score 2 goals?
yes. But then when Rafinha goes and does it against Dortmund, you're going to be like, oh my God.
Because
Rafinha
that's
scored 2
Champions
goals.
League game.
And then Benfica. Bro, Man United are at the same level as Dortmund right now.
No,
They're
you
at the
would-
same level as a
okay.
Benfica right
One
now.
win to Leicester does not change that you guys are dog shit. You guys would lose to Benfica
You're
and
acting
Dortmund.
like I'm
Like, I wouldn't
saying
say
we're a
dog shit.
CL fucking favorites.
But you're talking about Benfica and Dortmund, 2 teams in the round of 16.
Yes, we are at that level. Yes.
Okay,
Well, the reality is that
delusional.
those are the teams that Barcelona. Rafinha has no choice but to face a
And
Dortmund
Mo
in the
Salah
next
has
round.
no choice but to
And
pay,
also-
pay place at
also
Southampton.
you're forgetting-
Yeah, but he also had a choice to do well against PSG and he didn't. Like it was in his favor. He had the opportunities
So
to score and he didn't.
you're gonna take a whole season sample size and boil it down to
Brother.
one moment.
But unfortunately, Champions League, you saw Adam Lukman won the Europa League. He scored a hat trick in the Europa
Brother.
League. Ended up winning African Player of the Year.
Let me speak. Forget this
He had a good season,
Dortmund
though.
gimmick that you're pulling out. Rafinha scored against Real Madrid multiple times this season.
Yep.
You're just going to forget that?
Salah has scored against many top teams this season.
Who? Top teams in the Prem.
Oh, so top teams in the Prem are not top teams in the world?
Real Madrid is better than every team
Real
in the Premier
Madrid,
League.
yeah.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
No, they're not. Put it in a league format. I'm a Real Madrid fan, bro. Like,
You're not.
Okay, sure. Dortmund, Liverpool have 1 loss in the Premier League. 1 loss.
Very good.
In 29
Okay.
games.
Okay,
Real
Salah
Madrid
scores
have
goals. He doesn't
multiple
defend.
fucking losses this season, and Real Madrid fans themselves will tell you they would not win the Premier League this season.
Band for band, you play Real Madrid over 2 legs versus anyone in the Premier League, they win.
Put them in a league format, and Real Madrid are not winning the Premier League.
But
Forget the technicalities,
only
bro.
way you could face them is in a knockout format.
Yeah.
Or if anything, it's league format with Champions League, but that's only an 8-game sample size. So
Ballon d'Or always has and always will favor tournaments.
Yes.
And big game players.
Yes.
Yes.
The guy that grinds quietly will never get the Ballon d'Or versus a guy that plays for big teams winning
then
big
now
games.
we need to revise, because then, let's say, comes to the end of the year, it was not the best player of that year.
Bro, that's the whole point of the Ballon d'Or. It's hard to compare players that play in different leagues and they play in different competitions. If Salah helped Liverpool win over PSG, surely, we spoke about it, he would surely be in the Ballon d'Or race. The one factor we haven't
because
mentioned.
then next round, let's say Liverpool lost in the next round to Aston Villa, you would say, oh my God, Salah and CL.
But what you
Depends what
don't
he did.
understand,
Depends what he
Varver,
did.
is that Barcelona would be losing a lot more games if Rafinha wasn't playing for
I
them.
don't think that's
Bro,
true.
big
Why?
Ballon d'Or players changed the course of their team. Vinicius Jr. was second place in the
You're
Ballon
telling me
d'Or.
right now that Rafinha is a lot more important than Yamal. He's a lot more important than Pedri.
Rafinha to me is the most important player on Barcelona.
No.
Right now,
for the future?
the amount of big games he has changed,
Yeah.
he has been that guy.
Bro, even just the goal that Rafinha scored
Against
was it in
Benfica?
CL? Yeah, that's all Lamine Yamal. It's
Bro,
not-
Lamine Yamal has his moments of excellence.
Yes,
He's amazing,
great.
world class. But I think Rafinha is the most important player for Barca this season. Regardless, without him, they heavily stepped down a notch. Salah did not step up when his team needed him.
I think if you ask Flick, if you had to keep 2 players from the squad, let's say right now,
It's so
it wouldn't be
hypothetical.
Rafinha. He would say Pedri and he would say Yamal.
But that's because they have a world class team. Like
Yeah, it's
you're
different.
picking.
He's not even the best player on his team.
But you're disregarding Rafinha because you're saying Barcelona have better players on the team. Bro, Rafinha has more goals than games played in the
Salah's not
Champions
playing
League.
with the Lamine Yamal that gives him.
But now
Why
we're
are you-
downplaying Liverpool. No, because you say
Bro.
Liverpool's the best team in the world and the best league in the world, and then when they lose, you say, oh,
Okay,
but
because
they
they
don't
have a Van
Yamal.
Dijk. They have a Van Dijk.
Yes.
And on defense, he doesn't have a left winger propping up his stats a shit ton.
Bro, but they still had enough to. They're the top scoring team in the Premier League. Are they the top scoring team in the Premier League?
Bro, am I like some fucking?
Well, if anything-
yes.
By top by a large margin. So
Who's that because?
But it doesn't mean that Salah is
The
scoring
guy,
every
the
single
guy
goal.
with 44 goals and assists.
I'm sorry. If anything, Rafinha is playing with world class players and he still shines.
Yeah.
Like
But
that helps my argument.
Mo Salah's not playing with world class players around him.
Exactly, and
He has a bunch of decent to good players around him.
But Rafinha is the opposite. He has very world class,
they're
and that's
propping
crazy
up
to
his
say.
stats.
Like now you're just
So a
shitting on
team,
Liverpool.
so
Okay,
a team
so-
of decent to good players is the best team in the Premier League.
Okay, so now listen.
Yep. Good point, Millie. Honestly,
Like,
great point.
I don't know. You're downplaying
So
Liverpool.
you can
So
win the
now
Premier League with
listen.
decent to good players.
Okay,
Yes.
so now left winger Luis Diaz, I would say, is his best compatriot. In doesn't even come close to starting for Barcelona. Okay.
No, but at the beginning of the season, Luis Diaz was exceptional. Taking a massive fall off, but he was exceptional at the beginning of the season.
Okay, Luis Diaz is he's what he
Don't
he's what
change
he is.
history.
He's an all right player. He's a good player. Whatever. He's nothing special. Striker, they have no good striker option. Jota is your best striker option. I would call it quits for the season with that.
Won the Premier League with it, by the way.
Center mid, Szoboszlai.
Oh, now all of a sudden Szoboszlai is not a good player, brother. He's been cooking for the last.
Why are we
for
nitpicking
months.
like?
Because
I
he's
don't know
not
what
playing
this
with
nitpicking-
Pedri. He's not playing with Yamal. He's not playing with Lewandowski. Even I'm the biggest Lewandowski hater, bro. Lewandowski's better than Nunez and Jota.
So what? I forgot when Pedri was scoring against Real Madrid a hat
Solo
trick.
goal. Solo goal.
I don't understand your point.
Okay, so who gets the ball to Rafinha in these dangerous
Of course, it's Pedri, but who's getting the ball to Salah? He's just picking it
No.
up from goalkeeper.
Yes, if you actually, I saw a stat recently.
What the fuck you mean,
congrats.
yes?
You fell right into the trap.
I'm getting rage baited.
He's about to make.
I saw no. I'll find it for you too.
Yeah, go find the tweet. Twitter merchant.
So Salah with
Regurgitate.
players that bring the ball into the box, so from outside the box into the box, he has like almost double second place in Europe this season. So he's actually taking the ball, bringing it into the box, and making stuff happen. Meanwhile, players like Lamine Yamal or Rafinha are given the ball in deadly situations.
So Salah is the main focus
He's
of Liverpool's team.
everything. Yes, if Salah doesn't play well, the team's cooked.
And that's
I mean,
what
so
that's
that's
exactly what happened
happened.
versus PSG, and they lost.
But Ballon d'Or level players shouldn't have ups and downs like that necessarily.
But a Rafinha, if he has a bad game and everything around, let's say he has a bad game, let's say his passing is off that day or his dribbling is off that day, it won't matter because Lamine Yamal's going to be on and he's going to get his goal or assist on the other wing just
Yeah,
because
but he
he's
hasn't
playing
had
with
that
Lamine
day.
Yamal.
Against Real Madrid, he hasn't had that
So you
day.
just proved that Barca's better than Liverpool.
No,
Yes.
because there's
what
other
you've been pointing
there's
to
other
for the last 10
variables that
minutes.
included they're better attacking. Yes, there's not just attacking though. Like the Ballon d'Or is an attacking award.
Yeah, and that's just the state of it.
Defenders don't win it.
Bro,
And
you need to be
unfortunately-
clinical in important times. That's why Vinicius was even considered for the Ballon d'Or last season. Because Vinicius, bro, had a lot
Bro, I
of...
can't wait.
Vinicius
if
had a...
Rafinha doesn't win the Ballon d'Or, I can't wait
Okay.
to have this conversation.
Vinicius-
Yeah, but you know what?
We'll
a lot
revisit.
of things,
But it-
a lot
Can I
of
finish
things
my
do
sentence?
change though.
yeah,
Because,
it's situational.
yeah, it's situational.
Bro, Vinicius last season, throughout the season, was getting a lot of critics talking about him, saying
Of course.
Vinicius falling off, whatever. Then he scored, 2 goals in the semifinal?
Yeah.
And
Yeah, an
everything changed,
amazing-
and then he won a Ballon d'Or.
Yeah.
Won a Ballon d'Or in quotation.
Yeah.
But
while also not doing good for Brazil, because we're forgetting that's his international.
Copa
cup.
America was not very good.
If he played good there, I think he honestly would have won it. But
for sure,
it's tough to say now.
I'm not sure about the timeline of it all, but there is an AFCON this year. So like Egypt,
It would have been
it's
in winter.
December. It's in next December.
Yeah, that's not included in the Ballon d'Or.
Isn't it till January?
No.
I guess not. I guess the end of season because look
When was Rodri given his Ballon d'Or in like November or some shit?
October, November, but it's fine. But
No, because it takes it's past January.
No.
It takes the summer into account. for
Bro,
sure.
Rodri. When did Rodri get given his Ballon d'Or? When did we make
it's
that
for the
contact?
24-25 season. That's
That
what
was
it'd be in
not 2
November,
months ago
October.
or a month ago.
So in the
October.
AFCON would be the following Ballon d'Or.
Yes, it would be the next
Yeah.
Ballon d'Or.
So there's no savior in the AFCON for Salah.
Nothing.
But regardless, like
I mean, Club World Cup.
there is Club World Cup.
Liverpool's not in Club World Cup.
Exactly.
Sucks to
because
say.
they're not a big team.
Wow.
But yeah, I think we can get the power rankings.
Definitely.
Yeah. Well, anyway, congratulations to all the fan bases that are into the next round of the Champions League.
Yeah.
So
April 8th.
April 8th, we will be there no matter what.
Yeah, we'll be live
Live
streaming.
stream. Get ready.
Yeah. But gentlemen, let's get into the power ranking because that's what everyone wants to see. And we'll start it off as always with the number 10 spot. Boys, who do you have as your new number 10? Or same
I
number?
got a crazy one. You
I
guys
had a
want-
crazy one too.
Uh-oh.
Do we let the regular ones go first?
I'll start.
you guys
I
have
have,
regular?
I have an easy cop out. Newcastle. They just won the Carabao Cup.
I have Newcastle as well.
Yeah.
Okay, not bad.
So,
As my number 10.
very big day in Newcastle's history, winning that Carabao Cup because I think it's their first major trophy in like
70 years.
70 years I saw, yeah.
Or 57 or something like
yeah,
that.
it's a long time. I don't know
Yeah.
how long. I'm
Long
not gonna-
time.
Don't
And
quote
on
me
Liverpool, which is crazy.
Dunked
yeah.
on Liverpool too.
and they dominated.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Didn't watch.
dominated. So it was a crazy game. But congrats to Newcastle. I actually I enjoyed their squad. I think it's a really well put together squad, and it's good to see. A lot of teams would have fired their manager last summer.
Yeah,
after
they
being in
stuck by him.
CL and
Crashing out.
in CL and in Prem finishing I think 7th or 8th or something like that. So a lot of teams would have said, you know what, let's start with the new manager. I think Eddie Howe's passed it, or he got the best out of this team, and we need a new cycle. But they stayed patient. If they win their next Premier League game, they're in a CL spot.
They kept Pioli, bro.
That's basically the
Basically.
Pioli.
Compare.
They kept Pioli, bro.
I mean, they have Tonali, so.
Well, listen. I think definitely Newcastle for me along the same lines. They want when you win silverware, definitely I consider you at least for the list. But listen,
But when Man United win the FA Cup,
it means nothing
we
to
don't
me.
consider that.
It means nothing to me. But I will say though, it was very difficult to do the bottom of this list.
For some reason.
Because you're looking at the teams, you're looking at the squads, like who's playing well and who isn't. There's a lot of teams who are not playing well.
my list filled itself, to be honest.
Near the top, yes, but I'm talking about those last couple spots. A lot of teams I feel like that may have had a shout didn't deserve to be in there.
Like even like a Nottingham Forest, I feel like last month they would have had a shout, but this month like they kind of fell off. They had a couple of bad results. So
it was like sputtered. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't as dominant as you would have hoped.
excuse me?
No, they had 2 losses like 5 games ago and 4 games ago, but the last 3 games I think have been 2 wins, 1 tie,
Win against Man City, win against Ipswich, tie against Arsenal,
and then 2 losses in a row.
loss against Newcastle, which is
They're still
Yeah,
top
not a
3,
bad-
which is great. I think they should be like an honorable mention.
It definitely an honorable mention.
11 to
but
15.
Listen, the 10th spot, and I think this was unanimous for all of us. The 10th spot was almost like a flex spot. You
Just
can go
vibes
for a
on.
Yeah.
cop out.
Yeah.
you can
could.
go for the Carabao Cup, or you can throw in like I'd say a very like random shout.
Just say your team, bro. You're fucking edging the listeners.
Bro, they're gooning right now. I said exotic. I said Real Betis. Bro, they're 5.
Yeah,
Alright, bro,
bet.
put the fries
Five-
in the bag.
bro.
It's a flex spot. It's a flex spot.
No, but bro,
It's
Flex
about
spot.
power
that wouldn't even have been in
rankings.
my top 30.
It's
bro,
about
top
power
30 is crazy.
rankings.
that's not
East
making
Coast
my
form.
March Madness bracket,
Bro,
bro.
Isco.
They are silently cooking, bro.
Yeah.
5 wins in a row in La Liga.
This
Before
guy's gonna twerk for Anthony now. Let
Bro,
me hear it.
Prior to that, they beat Real Madrid. They beat Real Sociedad
They did.
2-0.
It's true, they beat
played a
Real
few
Madrid.
shitty teams like Leganes and stuff in La
But it's Real
Liga.
Betis. We're not talking about Real Madrid here.
But it's Real though. It do be Real.
Real, they are royal.
And they're through in the Conference League. I think it would have grained us up.
Yeah.
But bro, they're through in the Conference League dominantly. I think they won 4-0 in their last game. Bro, if we want to give a random shout to a team, I'm going to say it's Real Betis. I'm not going to talk about Anthony, but he has been a good addition to the
Yeah,
team.
has been a good addition.
Isco has been absolutely cooking. And bro, this
match.
team is full of rejects. It's a team full of rejects that are just working together. Fornals, bro. Did you think Fornals would be good in 2025?
Pablo
For
Fornals.
now is what, bro. The issue, okay,
Bro, because
because they play in La Liga, so La Liga is not that good.
The Premier League was so good that when he was with West Ham, he was just like exceptional, bro. But go ahead, Varvar.
this guy was a good player in La Liga. Okay,
Okay.
went to
The
the Prem.
Oh.
A good player in La Liga is an average player in the Prem. That's what he was. He was a bench option for West Ham.
Ever
He was
thought
an
the
alright
play styles
player.
are different? But okay.
And
Continue.
then went back to La Liga and
Maybe
he's now a
Spanish?
good player.
yeah, also that. He's at home.
Going back to Spain.
He's home. He's
Very
back.
simple. You can't base players completely. Anthony proven again. Once again,
Anthony is a
proved
player
it
that
again.
fits La Liga more than the Prem. And he came from Man United, which weren't doing
Bro,
that good.
we watched the same Anthony. We had the same.
I'm not protecting
opinions.
Anthony. I could give a
you
shit.
literally.
For me,
we
it's
both
Isco.
said
Isco.
this guy's the worst player.
Bro,
His
why can't we
brain
just
doesn't
fucking
work.
enjoy things,
Yeah,
bro?
for
Why
real.
not
Yeah,
just
always
be
have
happy
people in
with
the
the
Premier
Premier
League, bro? It's just a hater,
Be happy
bro.
he's doing well.
Oh, I'm happy. We get to sell him for more.
Bro, Hernandez seems like he's from Columbus Crew.
Cucho.
Cucho has been
Chuco.
finding his
What
spot,
is it?
bro.
Chuco or Cucho?
Cucho. What's that
Hernandez.
guy from? The guy from the winger. No, I think he's Egyptian.
Cardoso, the American.
No, I might be so wrong. He plays for Betis.
Eze Abde.
Is it Abdi?
Oh, the
Abdelawi.
La Masia
Yeah,
guy.
but he's
La Masia.
Moroccan.
He's Moroccan.
Yeah, Moroccan from
I was
La Masia.
in the right continent, like
Yeah.
right shelf of the continent.
Exactly.
But,
But
quick, no. On Eze Abdelawi, a cool little side thing that Real Betis did last month in the January transfer window is a lot of people were confused as to how Real Betis just allowed their backup striker Vitor Roque to just go to Palmeiras for free. Well, actually, Barcelona gave them more of a percentage. They gave them back the percentage that they had on Eze Abdelawi to pay for, because Barca didn't have the cash
Vitor
to
Roque,
just
yeah.
pay. So they gave them percentage of Eze Abdelawi to pay for Vitor Roque's canceling of the
imagine
loan.
being Eze Abdullahi in that situation,
Being
bro.
used
Bro's
as,
getting
as
scalped like
financial
that.
paperweight.
So you are now percentage, and we're using you negotiation.
Yeah. We know
think
you're a
it-
human, but you are now a number.
Yeah, you're now percentage. Okay, but regardless, it's a 10 shot.
It's a flex.
Perfect. My number 10, I just went with something that's dear to me. A team that has been doing great in the past month. They were almost close to relegation a couple months ago. Roma.
Roma.
That's actually a good shout. I didn't
Yeah,
think about that.
Knocked out in Europa League.
I knew you would bring
Yeah,
that
but
up.
that was their only loss since November.
Yeah.
Okay.
So definitely a deserved.
Honestly, I'd rather Real Betis. Honestly, on
That's crazy to say.
That's just hater shit.
That's
right there.
crazy to
Because-
say.
because he-
Bro,
how we know he's a hater?
Roma are almost touching double digits position spot in Serie A, and they're out of conference Europa League.
Bro, they're 3 points away from being a CL spot.
5.
5 points away from
And
CL spot.
what spot is that in the table?
8th.
Okay.
No, fourth.
No.
Yes.
Roma?
Yes.
Roma's
No, no.
8th.
He's saying CL spot, but
Yeah.
what spot is Roma
Oh.
in the table?
Oh, Roma
8th.
right now they're 8th.
But they're 5 points away from top 4.
Yes,
And if they keep up this form, who says they don't make it?
and they were very low,
Yeah.
very very low.
I
when
think it's
Ranieri
more
came
like
in.
the reason I put them is that they were so bad in the past months that they were unwatchable, first of all. Then Ranieri came in and now they're actually watchable. And I don't know, Dybala's back to his best. Everyone's playing good. I'm just a flex spot, you know?
I honestly, if they had a better result against Athletic Bilbao,
Conversations.
there would have. That I feel like
Yeah.
10th spot would have been perfect for them.
Yeah.
But obviously that red card Hummels, it didn't really help their case. But
It was a red card, though.
yeah, it was a red card. But before that game, they beat Atletico in the first leg. So definitely they've shown that they're a strong side.
Okay.
But
Hamilton will pay for
Anyways,
this.
I
like that
don't
shout.
mind it, but you guys need to admit that you guys are heavily Serie A biased.
It's fine.
Okay. Just
But-
I said it.
I
This
only,
is
have,
more of
I only
a.
have one Serie A team
No,
in my
Bro,
top
he
10.
said he said a Premier League team. I said a La Liga team.
no. He
said it,
wanted to put Roma, but he knows it's
No,
fucking
but
stupid.
He's saying it.
It's not
he's
stupid,
no,
bro.
He's
They're
saying
in
it.
the
Do you
form
have
of their life.
Newcastle on that list?
No, but that's
So no
another.
Newcastle, but you put Roma.
Okay, but that was,
Newcastle's literally one game this month.
Yeah.
Very important
Has
game.
won one game this month.
No,
He literally
it's one game. You based it off the EFL
Yeah,
Cup,
that's all you base it off of.
which is good. It's fine. Honestly, Roma and Newcastle, whatever. It's interchangeable.
Roma's Newcastle's about to be in CL spot in the Premier League.
This month, the past month.
Newcastle lost 4-0 to Man City.
And
Yeah.
it's very bad.
The current state of Man City. Oh, it's not bad.
Bro, Man City once again.
4-0.
Man City played Real Madrid and it was like kind of close.
ain't no way you just said that. Ain't no.
Bro, I don't even know why you're trying to rage bait on this. Like, it's.
Yeah, Varvar,
The 10th
you're off
spot-
this week.
Said that.
I find the 10th spot for this power rankings was very, like, you could pick whoever.
Newcastle don't really didn't deserve it. Like to say that to argue against a Roma by saying Newcastle is wrong. To argue against a Roma is fair, but to use Newcastle as the opposing one, Like I'm not going to him and say, bro, you should have said Real Betis.
Yeah, like it's
Real Betis makes more sense though.
Like
They didn't get
really?
knocked out of
because they played.
Conference
and they beat Real Madrid in the last month. It makes more sense. If you're trying to use the last month
I mean,
gimmick,
check
Yeah, but
who
Roma's
Roma.
record.
you're trying to use the last month gimmick. Real Betis makes more sense.
Bro,
than
Roma's been
Roma.
doing it for 4 months. Been doing it for like.
but they didn't do it against Athletic Bilbao.
I know. Obviously, listen.
They had
The
a
one
red card in
game.
the second leg, bro.
If they win that game, they're in my top 10. They lose that game, they're in my 11 to 15. So like, that really doesn't take away from
Porto.
how they're doing.
Bro, they're barely in the top 10 of fucking Serie A, and you're trying to tell
But
me
it's so
that?
close.
Bro, it's
Stop looking at the
close. Like,
standings.
yeah, you can't look
it's,
at 1
it's
to
literally
8.
like 5 points
You have-
away.
Now you have to look at points.
Bro,
But
they
they're
were
barely in the
18th.
top 10th of Serie A,
Okay, he
and they're
really
meant to be
actually
a top
did not
10
listen.
of power rankings.
Bro, you did not listen to a single thing we literally just said. I said at this point in the season, you shouldn't be looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You should be looking at points.
Yes.
And what's separating them by points.
Say it again, Varver.
We shouldn't be looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
No, at the standings.
We should be looking
look
at-
at the points.
Yes. Oh, because remember when Manchester United came second in the Premier League?
Yeah.
Oh, no, 2 in the Premier. That's a big number. Yeah, you guys were down by what, 20 points? Yeah, how about that? That's when you look at points. Because I'm trying to tell you, you are looking at Roma are 8th. They shouldn't be in there. No, it's because they're 5 points away from a Champions League spot in Serie A, and they're on a winning record right now.
But this is power rankings, guys. Power rankings do not rely on anything but current power of the teams. You can be 20th, but if you just went
Yes.
20 games undefeated and you're beating the best teams in your league, you're allowed to be in the power rankings.
Yes.
It's power rankings. It's not how good's your season.
But
Yes.
Roma, once again, they lost to an Athletic Bilbao team over 2 legs. That is not
Yeah,
a
but that's a
spectacular
fair
team.
argument.
That's a fair argument.
It's not a spectacular team that is, they lost to Real Madrid or something. They lost to Athletic Bilbao over 2 legs.
Listen, I could go with my 9th right away.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Which is Aston Villa, who are 9th in the Premier League. However, I do think in the Champions League they've gone forward and they've had pretty good performances against
played
Club
Club
Brugge.
Brugge.
Still,
Yeah,
bro, you
I-
have to take what's
They-
in front of you.
I don't even think they haven't even been good in the
Bro,
Premier League.
I have
they
They haven't.
I have Aston Villa in 9 as well.
Well,
Crazy.
actually, in the past, I'd say
It's just
4 or
gonna
5
be
games.
CL Glaze.
It's
Well,
not.
Bro, take out
they
2
are. In
wins.
In the past 4 or 5 games, like with the addition of Asensio and Rashford, they've looked better.
Bro, they lost
team.
4-1 to Crystal Palace. They won 2-0 to Cardiff. They beat Brentford 1-0. And
But
Chelsea
they're,
won.
they're
But they're in the
Champions League. There's a big.
yeah.
Bro, it's Club Brugge.
I have a
It's
Prem
contact,
team. I have
bro.
Nottingham Forest. For me
Damn,
personally.
you guys really couldn't find anyone for these spots.
It's crazy.
What do you mean? Nottingham Forest, bro, they're 3rd in the Prem. They just beat Ipswich yesterday, I think 4-1.
Oh, up the Ips.
4-2.
Up the
4-2.
the horsies.
The horse.
Milenkovic goal and assist, by the way.
Yeah, fuck.
They beat Man City 1-0. They tied Arsenal 0-0, which I would say is a good result. Like, I think
That means someone that I have from 1 to 9
I don't know.
isn't on your list.
For me, 9 and 10 was just like you kind of have to figure
Like, bro,
out Champions League and then
two
flex
wins
spot.
in the span. Like I get who they played, sure, but 2 wins in the span of since the last time we did power rankings. I find it.
I had
tough,
them higher last time.
but I just find it's
You
tough
also had
to put in
Napoli.
a team.
You also had Napoli above
Yes,
Barcelona.
Napoli proved-
Everyone, Varvar last power ranking said Napoli was above Barcelona and Real Madrid.
Yes,
Let it be known.
but Napoli had a bad month, and they had a good month. So then
That's-
you will
so you're-
not be seeing.
I
Exactly,
feel like it's
so you-
comparable.
So you will not be seeing Napoli.
Bro, Napoli had a
fourth-
comparable,
at the time of-
comparable run to Nottingham. They had a comparable run.
No, but forget the run. Where they stand right now.
Yeah.
You're using completely. Once again, we do this every power ranking.
Bro, I'm looking at the past month.
Yeah.
You have to understand what I think is not. It's not just
You're entitled to an
90% of the last month is 90% of my thinking is last month, and 10% I'll give to the where they stand and shit. It's where do they stand today?
Okay.
If this team like
That should
played,
be
That's not it.
everything.
Because then you put Atalanta as is Atalanta in your power rankings?
No.
They're 3rd.
Nottingham Forest plays Atalanta, Nottingham Forest is winning.
It's debatable.
It's not debatable. Atalanta lost to Club Brugge. So
Okay, Aston Villa beat Club Brugge.
exactly, and Nottingham Forest.
Hey,
let me
guys,
see.
uh,
what-
Is Aston
yeah,
Villa in
now
your
you're
power
going
rankings?
crazy.
We're
now
going
you're
into
crazy.
just absolute
Aston
bullshit
Villa's
right
not
now.
in your power rankings.
no,
But
Bro, stop with the head-to-heads, bro. Power ranking should be
Yes, I agree.
how powerful the team is. In theory, tomorrow, number 1 should beat everyone else. Number 10 should not beat any other team in the top 10.
I don't know.
No, that's
I don't
not
know.
how I do it.
Power rankings.
It's in the
Yeah.
past month. How well has this team done in terms of
Am I speaking
performances,
Chinese, bro?
results? Yeah, we keep doing this. How powerful has the team been in the past month in terms of performances, where they stand, where they were?
But why where they stand?
Because if a Roma was
But then once again,
15th,
you're
and now
bringing
they're
up
9th.
Roma's 20 last games.
Okay, forget
That's not
Roma
the
because
last month.
Roma I could switch. To me, it was like just something I threw. But like, and Aston Villa has had good performances in this month. So automatically, even though they're 9th, they need to be in this
But
conversation.
in Prem, as a Man United fan, I would rather play.
You could put, bro, Man United's had a good month.
I agree, and they're nowhere near power rankings. I'm not fucking stupid.
That's because you also look at performances and you say, listen, Man United has not had
Man
good
United, we
performances.
played well this month.
But you haven't
Really?
played anyone.
Yes.
You haven't proven that you can beat any top team.
Roma have,
No, but I'm not, bro. Stop using Roma. Did I pick Roma?
but we outclassed Arsenal. We should have beaten Arsenal.
Okay, but you didn't.
Okay, but
Scoreboard.
bro, don't. Okay,
Classic.
so you.
Classic.
I'll
But you
bring
didn't.
this one back.
No, but you didn't.
I'll bring this one back.
But
If it's
don't
scoreboard,
but
then
don't
there should be no
it's gonna
arguments
be
with my power
scoreboard. Yeah,
rankings.
exactly.
There should
It's
be no
just gonna be a
arguments with
bunch
my
of
power rankings.
scoreboards.
no, but don't theoreticize a win.
Okay.
Yeah.
You
So
can't
it's-
theoreticize a win.
So no bringing up if you played well or not if you didn't win.
No, you bring up performances, but scoreboard ultimately determines a lot. Like,
But it's all scoreboard. According.
then,
Yes, but
then you're
yeah, but
fucking...
you drew.
Rage
Okay,
bait.
that was
Rage
good.
baiting.
Very positive. You drew and you put up a good game. That's definitely a positive. We spoke about
Yeah.
that. And the
Like-
a Leicester win. Like you need context to these things.
I agree.
Power rankings is based on the team needs to have played top teams and performed well and won if they want to be up
Yeah.
for the top 10 and the best teams in the world.
I'm just gonna say I valued the important games.
For sure, the
Yes,
important
I
games are
value the
all of it
important-
because
Yes.
that's where they're going up against the other potential top 10.
Exactly.
Bro, I'm sure like a Rangers could win 20 games unbeaten in a row, and if maybe 5 of them are like in conference league or whatever, like they still won't get considered for top 10 because you need
Yeah,
the
fair.
context.
Yeah.
Fair.
Like obviously Prem teams always have that benefit in the power rankings, and that's why Aston Villa and Newcastle have already gotten mentioned because they play versus the bigger teams of the
Exactly.
world.
Yeah, of
more
course.
more so. But
Yeah.
so
But,
you have Aston Villa
9th,
at
yeah.
9. You had Aston Villa at 9.
I had Aston
No, I had Nottingham Forest.
Yeah, Nottingham.
You had a Nottingham Forest? Bro, I can't imagine that these guys aren't in your power rankings. I said Bayer Leverkusen. Bro, I
Not
like
in my
I,
power rankings.
Yeah,
I,
not in my power
I
rankings
don't like I value heavily dropping them because of the loss to Bayern.
Yeah.
And they dropped they dropped very low. But I can't say that Aston Villa, like I can't say they wouldn't beat Aston Villa or Newcastle if they play tomorrow.
I see what you're saying, but I also took into account like Vert's injury, like that,
Yeah, I
that was a
dropped him.
monster blow, and you kind of saw that in the second leg with Bayern. Like, and the thing is that Leverkusen, we all came in that Champions League game thinking that like they were going to beat Bayern because they showed how good how well they played when they faced them and it ended 0-0. So it was definitely disappointing to see Bayer Leverkusen crash out, but even
Not just get crash out, like dominate.
yeah, dominated. But even in the Bundesliga too, right after that game, after the
They
first
lost
leg,
against Werder Bremen.
they lost too. So like for me, it was very tough to look at that Leverkusen team and say like, can these teams in the top 10 beat them?
Yeah.
But like I respect keeping Leverkusen in there because they are still second in the Bundesliga. So
Like,
yeah,
I wouldn't necessarily vouch for them that you guys have to have them in your power rankings, but I just
Yeah.
I looked at it through the lens like I think they're still a very powerful team
yeah,
in the world.
yeah, quality-wise.
It's just and it's Xabi Alonso, so like
they're on that edge.
they're
Like,
on the
that
edge. You could throw them
They're
out. you could
definitely
put them
better
in.
than all the teams we just mentioned. So, like,
I don't
you're
know.
On
argu-
paper.
on paper, they're
On
better.
paper, sure,
And as
yeah.
a team, as a collective. But the past
I
month,
don't know
like
if they're better than Nottingham Forest, bro.
Leverkusen.
Not this year, like you said. Not this year.
Crazy.
That's
Anyways,
your opinion, but
yeah, your opinion. But
I think Leverkusen, like the fact that they're now like almost bound to come second in the Bundesliga, like because of this bad month, it's tough. Like it's tough to vouch for them. You know,
Yeah, I
like
agree.
Bayern is running away with the title right now.
No,
I
they're
agree.
6 points ahead.
No,
I just looked at it. So
6 points ahead only.
yeah.
drew to Union Berlin as well, and they lost.
True,
last
because well, Bayern also dropped points.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
okay.
Definitely close. But in the 8th spot, gentlemen, who do you have?
Atletico.
Madrid.
Bro, I have Atletico too.
Oh, I have Atletico too. Big drop off.
I actually do have Atletico too.
So we all agree, United. This should
That's
be an
good.
easy one. But
It's
yeah,
a tough team to grade because they had such a good past months, and then just this month they crashed out.
Don't say crash
wouldn't
out,
even
bro.
crash
Don't
out.
say crash out. They went to penalties versus Real Madrid in the Champions League. That's like,
Yes.
bro. If any other team does that, they give you insane amounts of props. Vara, if you say scoreboard, I'm throwing something at you.
No, I that's a valid point I could bring up right now. But when Liverpool lose on pens to PSG,
Different story, bro.
it's a different story. They got fucking dominated.
Have
I-
Oh my
Oh,
god,
they did.
blowing off
Oh.
the pitch.
They did, though.
Have I ever said that Atletico was the best team in the best league in the world?
You just said La Liga is the best league in the world, yeah.
That's coverage.
And where's
scoreboard
and where's
situation?
and where's Atletico in that league?
He's remembering all his agendas now, trying to link
And
them
where's
together.
Atletico? And where's
Yeah, it's like
Atletico?
this, so now I have
Bro,
to say
come on,
this,
Varver.
link them
Come on, Varver.
together.
Nah.
Relative
Atletico's
context.
performances have been good. It's just they haven't gotten the results against obviously Real Madrid. Even
Bro,
Barcelona,
one
they lost.
Fucking penalty changes and they're first on our power.
No,
rankings.
but this month they even lost against was it Leganes? I forget. They lost against another team, and now in La Liga they're third.
Yeah.
So Barcelona passed them, Real Madrid passed
The,
them.
the issue is that Atletico have been in and around first to third all season.
Yes.
But this is where the most important points are,
Yeah.
and unfortunately they're dropping the ball when they need it most. I think they played extremely well against Real Madrid both legs. Like
50-50 to be honest.
It really doesn't take away from how well they've been doing this season, but unfortunately, when the results don't go your way in such important matches, you do have to get docked.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, Real are advancing and you're not. So your Champions League run ends here, and
that was
has
a
to be
long
reflected.
sentence. Millie just say scoreboard.
But it is reflected. It has to be.
And
so.
correction, they lost against Getafe and all the guys.
Getafe.
So just it's important games in a title race with Real Madrid and Barcelona.
Yeah, Por the last ball, showing up with 9 center mids. Simeone
I
couldn't
hate
control.
Getafe. I hate them.
They did technically beat
Delete
Real
them, bro.
Madrid and came back
Crazy.
in the
In
second
the Champions League, yeah.
Yeah.
They did.
But that Barcelona game.
Yeah, they lost a 2-0 lead.
2-0 lead. Dropped the ball.
That could have
made-
helped them a lot in these power rankings.
For sure.
Beating
I
Barcelona.
was watching it. I'm like, this changes a lot, I think.
This changes a couple of the positions in the power rankings,
Yeah.
but
Maybe one or two.
Barca came back.
Yeah.
Pretty insane.
7th? Who wants to go?
I'll read the bat. I'll see what you guys think of this, but I have Arsenal 7th.
Yeah,
I
that's
have
just
Arsenal as
stupid.
well.
See, that's just stupid.
I have Bayern.
I also have Bayern.
That is
Oh my god.
I think Arsenal and Bayern are very interchangeable, I'd say. Because
stupid.
not in my power ranking.
Arsenal did have a good performance in Champions League against PSV. Bayern had an amazing performance against Leverkusen in Champions League. And then in the league, like they all both lost points here and there. Like Arsenal, I think, they tied with Man United. That wasn't a great performance.
Beat Chelsea.
They beat Chelsea this weekend.
1-0. I think
Lost against West Ham.
like I look at this month and yes, it's like a bit of mixed results, so
Yes.
that doesn't help. But I also think that like they kind of played themselves out of like trying to keep up with Liverpool a little bit. Like that gap significantly widened over the course of time. So obviously it really doesn't help when you lose Saka still. Like he's still out of
course.
there. Marino's somehow scoring goals.
Yeah.
Somehow. And I don't want to discount their wins against PSV because I do think those were massive wins. No other team was scoring 7 goals. So definitely a massive win. But I'm looking at the other teams as well, and I'm thinking
They did a bit better.
they did better. in my
Better than winning by 9 goals over 2 legs.
Yeah, that's great, but I'm not using that as my only
Bro,
barometer.
Bayern's glorified DFB Pokal, bro. Definitely more important than winning by 10 goals.
I mean,
Who's better, PSV or Leverkusen?
Leverkusen.
Okay, good, got it.
It's a glorified DFB Pokal. They're playing all they've played up to this date is their teams within their league.
so
But
Real
Leverkusen-
Madrid is a glorified Copa del Rey
Like
because they're facing Atletico, and Leverkusen is literally the exact
Yeah.
comp.
Well, no, Real Madrid
No,
beat
but that's
Man
different.
City in the playoff round, but yeah,
That's
sure.
different.
Wanker, that's different. But no, like my instant reaction to hearing Arsenal that low is like, that's crazy.
But there's nothing else to play
Well, no, they're around there, bro.
No, they are around there. For me too, they're around there. But like hearing that they're because
That low?
it doesn't feel like it's been that negative of a month. But aside from the Chelsea game and the PSV blowouts, the since the last power ranking it hasn't been spectacular.
Yeah.
The West Ham bad result in West Ham. There's
Man United.
draw, which should be a winning
Yes.
a winning fixture.
But I was speaking with Millie and Firms before this, and I was telling them once Arsenal gets Saka back, they're in the top 3. Like
Bro, right now,
Top 3 is
right
tough.
now, bro. You
if
do
you
that.
can get
PS
Saka back in the Champions League ladder stages.
yes.
it's
Well,
But they're playing
top
Real
3.
Madrid,
That's
so
contingent
there
on
you're gonna
that.
see like really the levels.
I find that's very
Bro,
contingent.
defensively, Arsenal is in the top 3 best teams in the world. Defensively,
Sure.
Bro, you like offensively, you can shit on it all you want with a Martinelli,
Sterling, Marino.
Well, no, not Sterling. That was just that.
Trossard.
It's Trossard, but still, bro, like the defensive and the midfield has been rolling.
Did you see Olaina speak about playing Arsenal and Liverpool and Man City? He basically said like Liverpool, it's so difficult to play them because like within 3 passes they're already at your box and like next thing you know it, the ball's in the net and they run so much, so it's like it's hard to keep up with them. He said Arsenal, it looks like they're doing nothing. They're just passing around you, rotating every 2 seconds, but then you're like, oh shit, that guy's wide open, that guy's wide open, that guy's wide open, and it opens up the entire game. He said it's so difficult to play against Arsenal. He said, I'm not sure, don't quote me on this, but I think he said Arsenal's the most difficult team to play against. And then he said playing Man City, he said like it's actually pretty easy because everything's in front of you and everything. It's literally what the squad building, like I said, everything's just in front of you. There's no urgency to do anything.
Yeah.
It's literally just
Keep
they
your shape.
pass the ball back and forth, they keep their shape and nothing happens.
Yeah. And it's crazy to say because Man City has like players that could play between the lines and they don't force that play often.
I don't know, can they? Grealish can, Doku
Like
can.
Marmouche, you know, like I feel like these are players that Foden, like
Foden,
one of the best.
Foden should be able to.
Exactly.
But he isn't currently.
So yeah.
Alan can't really play.
No.
I don't know, bro. It's like it kind of. I don't know. I don't want to say it's making sense. The Man City. We haven't been talking about them a lot, but I like it almost makes sense, like the squad building. Why they're struggling at this point. But I can see them. I can see that Amotada next.
Like
year.
this year feels a lot different. Like this year feels a lot more grim than the other
Significantly
years.
grim.
Yeah.
So grim that like when you know your club's grim when we're not talking about them. We're not talking about your club. Not even shitting on them.
It's true.
It's gone south.
Well, 6 I have Arsenal.
I also have Arsenal at 6. I changed it middle of this video.
6 I have Bayern. So Bayern, as I said, interchangeable between Arsenal. What, you saying higher?
This guy's gonna have them like 3rd or some shit.
Bayern?
I have Liverpool 6. Just keep it like that.
I don't like.
Knocked out of the Champions League, lose a cup final to Newcastle.
You're putting a lot of importance on the two
As I
games
said, I put a lot of importance on the important games.
Like, that's not crazy.
When you're not showing up to the important games, they were 1 week ago. They had the possibility of
treble.
a quadruple.
Yeah.
Of a quadruple.
And if you
You're
told me
basing your
Liverpool wins
entire
the
power
quadruple,
ranking
I
on
would
1
believe
week.
it.
Okay, I got
But it really it's
But it's the current
significantly
state of them. It's
it
most updated.
significantly decreases me
a game
watching.
they lost on pens.
Yes.
And
they had the
cup final.
opportunity. They
But
had
that's what it
120
is,
minutes.
like-
They had 120 minutes. They had 180 minutes plus to win those games, and they didn't. You can't deny that they had Mohamed Salah that didn't really do much.
So
in
when we
those
get to
2 legs.
PSG, we have to include a 1-0 loss to Liverpool.
Yeah, but we saw the performance, bro.
We know, like,
you
we-
need to factor in, like you can't. That's
they
what I was
lost to
saying.
Liverpool.
You can't
We
just look
watched-
at
oh my
scoreboard.
That's
We watched
just
the
like,
game.
That's just pure. That's just
He's trying to rage
pure
me.
blindness to it.
Like
Bro.
if you're gonna do scoreboards, then this is very easy. But if you're gonna add context and performances,
We all watched the game, Varvar. Don't act that. Don't play the innocent gimmick. We watched the game. They got dominated for 90 minutes.
But they lost.
Okay.
If
there's
Okay,
idea.
moving on. Moving on.
but-
No. We're not supporting that.
If,
We're not
if
supporting.
PSG would have
stupidity.
done that to, let's say, a Lille, let's say in the league and lost 1-0, we would have been here like, oh, they lost to Lille 1-0, even though they dominated. No one cares that they
but-
dominated. They lost.
Yeah, but this was the
is
Champions
Liverpool.
League marquee game against the Premier League's best.
The whole world saw you got
Yeah.
fucking dicked.
And unfortunately, Liverpool right now, they are 15 points up in the Premier League, and that is the only competition that they're in right now. I don't think I'll see a full strength, high intensity Liverpool for the rest of the season.
And then you get knocked out of Champions League, and your whole motivation is, I already have the Premier League in the bag. Let me beat Newcastle, and they go and shit the bag.
At least it's a
Bro,
double.
they didn't even show up to that game.
but
Exactly.
what else was there to show up for?
Exactly. You have
What
nothing
else
else
was
to
there
show up for. The rest of the season, you can't get your guys motivated for one last
A
important
record,
match.
a potentially record amount of points they could get hyped for.
Bro, I don't give a fuck about the record.
Wow,
It's literally
the
just a
record.
Premier League trophy. You win it by 1 point. You win it by 15 points. You won the trophy. I do not care. You look a lot better when you have a double.
Yeah, you look a lot better. A lot better.
I don't see that as like a completely like.
I
out of
think
mind
I
thing.
think there's a scenario where if the debate if the
You guys
side-
underrate winning the Premier League. How much of a feat?
I know, but
it
do you
is.
understand that they've already secured the Premier League?
Yes.
yeah.
So
You had every
they're
opportunity to
being
play your
hurt for winning the league title.
No.
No.
They've already secured the Premier League. So like this important match versus Newcastle,
You should have put all your
you should
guns
have put
out.
all your guns out. Like
They didn't. They started Kwanzaa at right back.
But exactly. You have the opportunity. You don't have to worry about,
Did Salah
oh my
start?
God, next week
Yes.
we're down
did
by 3
Diaz
points.
start? McAllister.
I don't know if Diaz started.
Well, bro, I'm pretty
I
sure
think
they're
he
holding.
might
He
have.
may
But
have.
Listen, I didn't watch the game, but you were telling me that Newcastle dominated.
Yeah.
So performance as
I'm
well.
sorry, that's not a top 5 team in this current state, and they were first.
Well, listen,
Okay, Varver, they started the whole team, bro. Stop acting.
bro. Performance
Bonzo
wise,
started at right back though.
Pretty sure Trent was injured.
And he had a decent second leg against PSG.
Trent,
like
got, an
Kwanzaa
ankle, Trent
don't-
got an ankle injury.
Yeah.
He couldn't play.
bro.
Huh?
I know, but that's not their full strength team. Trent's a pretty big fucking miss. The best player in his position.
Oh wait,
in
so
the world.
power rankings, I'm not allowed to take into account things outside of
Yeah.
injury. Like what?
Like literally, you just said if Arsenal had Saka, they'd be in the top 3.
Yeah, but I can't dock Liverpool marks for a Trent injury. Crazy.
I just think that in the biggest games of the season right now, they did not perform up to their standard that they've been doing all season. And unfortunately, I'm reflecting that in my power rankings.
Fuck
That's
it.
fair.
I'm changing Arsenal. Arsenal is now above Liverpool.
Arsenal's now above Liverpool despite being 15 points back in the
It's
league.
not,
kinda crazy.
bro. It's
Millie
not
has
about that.
Millie has convinced me. I changed this mid podcast and now I re-changed it back
That's
to my
crazy.
original one.
That's one of the stupidest things I've ever heard.
Liverpool is now 6th.
I'm not taking away. They're winning the Premier League by 15. That's a blessing.
Yes.
If anything, Liverpool fans should be ecstatic that they're winning by 15 points. But if Inter were in a position of 15 points, I'd expect them to play their starting team week in, week out, or at least be competitive.
It's not even that. Like quality wise, we all know Liverpool is the best, what top 3 teams in the world, but that doesn't put them in top 3 power rankings because in this month they've lost 2 of the most important games, PSG and Newcastle. I think it's very fair, Millie.
Anyway, who do you have at
Putting
6?
them under Arsenal's, like his whatever, putting them under
His
Arsenal's
whatever.
insanity.
Bro, you're cooking with Mikel Merino at striker and you're telling me Saka's coming back? You're lucky I only put them at 5th.
But you're talking about hypotheticals in the future.
The power.
Osaka's coming back. Okay, let's put Arsenal third.
but
no.
they're still currently there. They beat a Chelsea. Like those are
They
things
tied a United.
did
They
do.
lost to West Ham.
I take the whole month into account. They won 9. They won by 9 goals on aggregate in a Champions League round of 16.
Against PSV.
The face what's in front of you.
Club Brugge though.
Conversations.
Exactly.
Who's at your 6, Barbara?
Club Brugge, Aston Villa beat.
Club Brugge is your at 6?
No,
Oh, okay.
I said Arsenal 6.
Oh, Arsenal
Liverpool 5.
That's you guys know my.
Yeah, I
Arsenal.
put Liverpool 5th.
Liverpool 5. And
Docked
who's
them
your
points.
6?
6 was Bayern.
Oh, Bayern.
Where's your Bayern?
I put 7.
I find that's low.
I had Bayern 7.
7, 7, 6.
What do you mean
I
you're
think
on
you're
6?
just high.
Yeah, I have it high. But in my 5, I have Real Madrid. Sorry. I mean, sorry. Sorry, Madridistas.
Sorry.
You're looking at me as if my list is fucking outlandish. But brother, Real Madrid, as I said, they did not look convincing against Atletico Madrid. In La Liga, they're not winning games dominantly at all.
It's his first go around with Real Madrid.
What?
Okay, yes, they end up winning at the end. I get it. I'm not a fucking idiot, okay? But Jesus, you watch a fucking Real Madrid game once in a while, and you tell me that's one of the best teams in the world. No, they just get fucking lucky and end up winning on penalties.
But after.
Because Julian Alvarez had to kick it twice. So,
But why is it always them, bro?
what do you mean why is it always done?
Why is it always Real Madrid?
Real
that
Madrid
gets
what?
lucky.
Because I'm watching it with my own 2 eyes. And yeah, I didn't see another team in this round of 16 make it through because one player kicked the ball twice in a penalty shootout. I didn't see that happen to
Scoreboard,
any
bro.
other team.
Scoreboard.
Yeah, scoreboard, sure. It's fine. But are they first in La Liga?
No.
Right now, yeah.
Barcelona is.
They might have
Barcelona
gone
just
over in goal difference.
Yeah.
Scoreboard, bro.
Scoreboard.
Unfortunately.
Let me
State
check
of
this.
Box.
I actually do believe Real Madrid got better this month though. It's just yes, there's been bad results like against Real Betis, like he said. In the Champions League, it was really a 50-50, but in the end, like
I wouldn't
the
call
results-
it a 50-50, bro.
you think Atletico played better?
Bro, I think in the
Atletico did
in the
play better.
second leg, you saw Real Madrid get suffocated.
Yes,
they were scared.
Bro,
struggling a little bit.
Mbappe, aside from that singular moment of that, you know, when he did the 2 moves and drew the penalty,
That was
aside
crazy.
from that, and they locked up Mbappe. They kept Vinicius Jr. to, some could say, a go session to his standards. Rodrigo silent. Like, they
What did
suffocated.
Atletico Madrid do in the first leg?
Okay, but what did Real Atletico
do you
Madrid
mean?
do in the second game? What did Real Madrid do in the second leg?
I'm asking, what did like you're talking about Real Madrid doing nothing in the second leg? What did Atletico Madrid do in the first leg?
Yeah,
They scored a wonder goal.
They competed, though.
That's all they did all
There
game.
was 2 wonder goals. Real Madrid scored a wonder goal as well.
Yeah, but they scored 2 goals.
Wonder goals.
Okay, but forget the technicalities. We watched the game. Once again, context. Bro, that was a 50-50 game. If Atletico Madrid can keep you to that like 50-50 coin flip over 2 legs, you've dropped the level, bro. You have Mbappe, you have Vinicius,
Yeah.
Rodrigo, you have all these talents with Ancelotti, proven, and you're getting suffocated by a Simeone's Atletico.
And let's not forget, this weekend you're seeing Real Madrid players on their knees gasping for air because Ancelotti doesn't know how to do a rotation, apparently. So these players are gassed out of their minds. But, I mean, sure, you want to put them in the top 3. It's up to you, bro. It's your list.
Top 3, who?
I don't know. Vavra might have put them top 3.
I put them fourth. So I don't.
Did everybody say 5th?
I
Yeah.
said my
What
fifth.
was
Yeah.
my
It was
fifth?
all Arsenal,
Liverpool.
Liverpool.
You said Arsenal?
I said Arsenal.
Liverpool.
Liverpool?
Real.
Real.
And at my 4, like Varvar, I have Real.
And I have Real as well.
Yeah.
4, I have Bayern. So,
See, that's like
if you, it might be a little high.
What makes
That's a
you
little
put
high.
Bayern over Real?
Well, right now in Champions League, they are the more convincing side right now.
If you had
I
to
mean-
play them one of the teams tomorrow, who would you rather face?
Well, I'm facing Bayern, so
Who would you
I'm
rather
stuck
face?
facing Bayern.
This guy is the most like.
Yeah, because Manchester
Guy
United is
doesn't
actually the
answer-
strongest team in the Premier League, and
Guy
you're
doesn't
telling me I don't
answer-
answer questions.
Guy doesn't answer
Oh, Manchester
questions.
United is the strongest team in the Premier League because you don't want to say Liverpool. Yeah, sure.
True. He's
Who
on the
would you?
block.
ra- could play that
who
game.
would you
He's
rather?
put the block on you.
Who
Who,
could play that game?
who would you rather face?
Well, I hope to face Real
Bayern?
Madrid in the Champions League final, bro. How about that?
Ooh.
I hope to face them in the Champions League
What
final.
did Inzaghi
Because that
do?
means that Inter makes it to the final.
Inzaghi goes like this.
Tre.
Tre.
We're in 3 competitions.
Tre competizioni.
Yeah, so
But no, the head-to-head is a bad thing for Real Madrid because the head-to-head in Champions League, you'll always choose, I want to play anyone but Real Madrid.
Yes.
But like, once again, like we saw the results of those matches. I mean, and even Real Madrid in the league, like it's not like it's absolutely spectacular. So
yeah, exactly. And honestly, Bayern feels like those 2 Champions League legs. It really seemed like they were clicking very, very well. And I think Company is doing a decent job so far. I think there was a lot of doubts, but this month.
we all had doubts
Yeah.
of Company in the Champions League. Like,
Yeah.
can he still show the Bayern powerhouse that we all know? But he did it.
And you know what? I think you could bring up the fact that they lost. Who did they lose right after the first leg? But they lost a Bundesliga match, and then they tied Union Berlin after the second leg.
Bochum.
But yeah, Bochum. But
Like,
but
come
that
on.
was the week. That was the week where a bunch of Champions League teams ended up losing right after the
Yeah.
Champions League as well.
I
So
know, but
it's not. It's something that
Bro,
happened. to
Frankfurt, Dortmund,
most of them.
Leverkusen, Bayern. I think all 4 of them dropped points.
yeah,
Shit.
but to me, like Real Madrid has had a better month than Bayern. Like head to head, like the fact that Bayern lost to Bochum, tied with Union Berlin.
Yeah.
Listen, they did good in Champions League. They destroyed Leverkusen, but Real Madrid ultimately like beat.
We're talking about
Atletico.
small.
It's
relatively
really
small
like small.
margin.
Yeah, I think
it's very,
so.
Bro,
like I could see the reasoning to switch, like put
Yeah.
Real at the 4, Bayern
Yeah.
at the 5.
Bro, you beat the first leg. I know the second leg you're already up 3-0 on aggregate. So
Yeah.
it's different. You're playing versus a team that has nothing to lose.
Mm.
But 3-0 versus Leverkusen in the first leg, that's like massive. Bro.
Very good.
After you stalemate drew them 0-0, where Leverkusen dominated, and Wirtz was gone in the second leg. But I'm just looking at
Yeah.
the first leg.
Yeah.
Like he was there. And you completely shut down Wirtz to the point where he got like yanked.
And Leverkusen was a top 8 side in the Champions League this season. So
Yeah.
definitely a statement win.
This might be the week we find things to debate, but this might be one of the closest all of our power rankings are. Like there's little batches of 3 from like 10 to 8, whatever, 8 to 6, 7 to 5, where we're just interchanging the same teams.
Yeah.
It's almost
Yeah.
like they're all merging.
It's because
Yeah.
ultimately Champions League is like the barometer at one point.
Cream rises to the top.
That's what I'm saying. Especially now.
Yeah, especially now.
At the beginning of the season when no one's playing no one, it's so
Yeah, it's hard to
so
determine.
ambiguous, you know?
Yeah.
Like what's a win versus Leganes versus a win versus Venezia? Like
Yeah, exactly.
where are the margins?
So fourth, we had
Yeah.
Real Madrid,
Bayern.
Yeah.
Bayern.
We are into the top 3, gentlemen.
Into the 3, I'm gonna start it off. I have Inter in my
I have
top
Inter
3
as well.
Inter.
And yeah, I think I
Inter
don't think
dominance,
there's much to say.
dominance in Serie A.
I just switched it to.
Oh, okay.
Switch it to the 3.
I thought you were debating Inter.
No.
No, I think 3s. I don't think they deserve to be in the top 2 conversation.
No.
I do think that where Inter their level right now is 3. We did what we needed to do against Feyenoord. We're winning in Serie A. We're first in Serie A by I think 2 points. So
Yeah.
Next power ranking is gonna be so much fun when they lose to Bayern. I'm gonna put them fucking 9th, 10th.
Conversation?
maybe
Yeah.
off the list. This is gonna be
Depends on their
It's gonna
performance,
be
yeah.
absolute fucking cinema. Absolute cinema.
What did I-
And you're gonna be sitting there trying to justify after ripping Liverpool for being ahead of the league. You're gonna sit there and try and justify, bro. We're top of City. Yeah, we came up against Bayern, and it's gonna be so funny.
so now this is where we
when I put
rewind.
Inter, like,
This is where we rewind. And go,
bro, Inter might not even make it on the. It might have to be a Patreon exclusive.
Yeah. So
Check it out after.
So
We
then-
might have to do the 11 to 15 on Patreon just so we can include Inter in the conversation.
I
Millie,
like
go
that
ahead.
thinking, bro. I like that thinking. That's good shit. That's good shit. That's good shit. I'm not doing anything, bro. It's good. It's cool.
Millie, what were you saying? Rewind?
Content king over here. But honestly,
Oh, your rewind. You didn't want.
yeah,
to
the rewind.
Oh,
The
rewind.
rewind. The rewind. Varvar did say that losing to Bayern is like an honorable loss. So
That's an acceptable loss. I'm not
Yeah.
going to make fun of City as a whole if you lose to Bayern. That's an
Yeah.
acceptable loss.
But you,
So-
but you just said you would drop them into the depths of hell.
Yeah,
literally just
that's
made
how
fun
my
of City,
haters
yeah.
shit.
Yeah, exactly. So I just wanted to
Barbar,
make sure.
Do you have multiple personality
disorder?
No.
Because within 2 sentences, you just said 2 completely contrasting things about losing to Bayern is respectable, but if you lose to Bayern, I will drop you into the depths of hell.
Yeah, well, listen. Now we're at the margins, so I won't be upset if you put Inter in the depths
Notice
of hell.
you guys all agreed Inter 3. I didn't say Inter, so either they're not in my
crazy.
power rankings or they're
That's
or
crazy.
they're
work.
higher than
I mean,
3.
you're putting them higher than me. It's kind of crazy work, but
Bro,
who's at your number 3? I don't
I'll
know.
talk about Inter. Inter are my number 2. I won't say my number 3 yet, but bro, Inter is a team where they're gaining this inevitability that every time we start thinking, oh, Inter might be shaky, Inter might be this, oh, they don't have the Scudetto unlock. Inzaghi just woo, 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 woo,
Yeah.
and they're back to being a stable, good team, bro. They had absolutely zero, what do you call it when it's shaky? They were
Inconsistency.
not shaky in the Champions League. In Serie A, they got a firm grasp on the Scudetto.
We locked in.
You just, bro, he literally sat on the front of his chair. Inzaghi
Yeah.
went in the gamer mode.
This is what they call in the streets a jinx. Okay, so this is what they
I mean,
call.
we're just talking. We're talking about the
Juventus
last
fan. I'm a
month.
Juventus fan. I can't jinx Inter
I
into being
think
bad.
this is being unbiased, Varvar. Something that you should learn a little bit.
I am unbiased.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And what do you think?
haven't
Inter
heard
gonna drop
Barcelona
them in
yet.
the top.
You haven't
we
heard
have to do a
Barcelona
Patreon exclusive to
you
put them in
haven't-
fifth.
You haven't heard Barcelona yet.
But what?
I mean, what am I supposed to be surprised? Undefeated in the past like 10 games?
So I'm
listen.
biased,
Let's
bro.
go straight into. Let's get just.
Number
I haven't
2?
said- I haven't said my 3 yet.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
true.
okay. Who's your 3?
The team that you guys probably have at 2 or 1. I have Paris Saint-Germain.
At the 3. Okay. Well, I do definitely think that I would be scared
So-
as an Inter fan to face PSG.
Yeah, like what
Like, that's
makes you
scary.
put
Let's
Inter
talk about
above
PSG. Let's talk about PSG before we talk about our. Because then once you give your 2, you give your 1.
Yeah.
technically. So let's withhold from that. Let's talk
Yeah.
about PSG just as me putting them at the 3 spot. Why under Inter? Because everyone seems to forget the start of PSG season. The Champions
Yeah.
League's troubles, the losing to the Arsenals. Nobody had PSG in their sights at the beginning of for the good majority of the season. Nobody had, and now all of a sudden, I understand that Cavani. I'm still putting them in my
Just
top
joined,
3. They're very close to Inter, but Inter been that guy.
There's
been that
context to
guy.
that beginning of the season though. Their first couple months without Mbappe in the team, it takes a bit of like.
Oh, but Hamilton has to win the first. Bro, wait, I stopped myself because we can't
No,
start paralleling.
no. No.
Sports paralleling is crazy.
Listen. Hamilton. Okay, let me see.
Wait,
how-
wait,
let me see how I
wait,
dig
wait,
that
wait,
shot out of this one. One
I
second.
knew that she was a banger before it came out of my
That's
mouth.
Let me think how I can get myself out of this one. Okay?
But it's not a fucking UN debate, bro. It's like
Yeah,
about
one
football.
second.
Wait, let's formulate some notes here, Bob.
Yeah, give me a second.
Do some notes. So,
Okay. So Hamilton, what I said, what the fuck did I say back then?
You need to win right away.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
Watch. He called him watch.
Okay.
Finished 9th in his first race.
So Mbappe goes to Real Madrid. He had a tough start to the season, no?
Okay. yeah. You got this.
So,
Go ahead.
so Hamilton, Mbappe.
Conversazione.
Meanwhile, Mercedes today, they weren't the Mercedes that we knew back then, no?
No.
The dominant Mercedes.
But Mercedes finished 3rd and 4th in this race. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
not first though.
Scoreboard.
Conversations
Scoreboard.
with Hamilton. Where do they go?
I don't look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I look at four.
We're looking points, hermano. Look at points.
We've come full circle.
Oh,
shit.
We've come full circle.
Tabarnak. That's crazy work. Crazy work. But definitely PSG at the 3. My goodness. I'm very scared to face them. I think this
One of the
month-
best
You're
attacks
not
in the world.
facing them. Don't worry. You don't need to worry about that big man.
You don't got to either, bro. You don't got to
We're in the
either.
same boat.
We're sitting on the same couch.
Yeah?
But, bro, PSG, I can defensively, like still defensively, I have issues with PSG.
For
real?
Tabarnak.
The Marquinhos bacho.
No,
Like
bro.
it, but-
Offensively, it's fucking spectacular, bro. But
No,
They've
that
had
defensive line's
arguably the
crazy.
best left back and best right back in the world this
offensively,
season.
offensively, Nuno Mendes defensively, I will
Yeah.
give him his flowers. Defensively, he's been a beast.
Fantastic.
Hakimi's
Pacho been
been
insane
pretty good
too.
defensively this season too.
He's been all right. Yeah. Yeah.
I think PSG has one of the best teams, obviously. But
Best teams, most
I
balanced
think
teams.
attacking wise, they might have the second best attack, like after Barcelona.
Midfield,
Midfield
my
amazing.
goodness.
Vitinha,
Top-notch,
Joao
bro.
Neves, even
Top-notch.
Fabian Ruiz, he's been good. Probably top 3.
Did you guys see that Vitinha has like he's in I forget which stat was. I think it was passes completed within a Champions League knockout stage.
Record.
I think he's already tied. The only people with more than him, I think, are Toni Kroos,
does that
Busquets,
happen?
in one single
What's-
CL
one
campaign.
campaign.
Oh,
No, not in a campaign, a CL knockout campaign. So he's played what 4 games so far in the CL knockouts. In those 4 games, he's done
asterisk though, because this is the first year of playoffs.
yes, but
No, we're considering playoffs knockout.
No, no.
matches?
yes.
well, PSG played
that stat
Brest
was-
and. Wait, what are you talking about?
So within those 4 games versus Brest and Liverpool,
Yeah.
he completed as many, like the only players with more passes than him in within a CL knockout
Were Cruz and.
were Cruz, Busquets, and one more, which was like a.
Well, didn't we
goal.
see a stat after the game in the second leg? He completed like
Yeah.
250 something passes.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
With a
96%.
96 like
Yeah, this
accuracy
guy's
or whatever.
insane.
I think that's also Luis Enrique ball. Like he
Yeah.
has the ball on his feet. Like
it's using Portuguese players to play Spanish.
yes,
Spanish
it's a tiki taka,
taka.
bro. I'm watching Barcelona.
flopped at Wolves, by the way.
Who?
Vitinha.
Vitinha was on Wolves.
fact.
Yeah.
Little known
Yeah.
fact.
Was on Wolves.
Under who?
When?
Under Nuno Espirito
Espirito
Santo.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Well, he's.
Little known fact.
You see, Nuno Espirito is whatever his name is. Counter-attacking manager doesn't fit Vitinha.
But you
Makes
see,
sense.
he went. Where was Vitinha as a youth academy player?
Porto.
As a youngin.
I'm not sure if he was at Porto because he went
Oh.
from Wolves to Porto. So I'm not sure if he went Porto, Wolves, back to Porto. I'm gonna look it up right now.
You need to know this.
But he basically went almost showing Man United to Vitinha. I remember that.
Porto B.
But he was at Porto B.
Yeah.
So he went from Porto to Wolves. I think he played like 15 games or something. I remember him.
22 games.
Yeah.
I actually
in that
remember
yellow, bro.
him.
I
That
do not even
orange
remember
shit.
him.
I do.
But I remember when he came on, I would think, oh, okay, this guy's fucking terrible. And then this just shows how little we know. But
Yeah.
But there were
then he
so
goes
many
back to
Portuguese-
Portugal. Yeah.
fucking Portuguese no names playing for Wolves.
But then
at
he
the time.
goes back to Portugal, is team of the season at Porto and
Locks
gets a move.
in.
Yeah.
That's a lock-in situation.
That was a player that when Man United were linked, I wanted him so bad. So
He's
bad.
insane, man.
You can just 2 minutes of watching him and you're like, okay, this guy's special.
Yeah. And Joao Neves too.
Yeah.
Oh my
Insane
God.
performances.
Yep.
His Champions League performance.
and we
has
haven't
been
even
insane.
mentioned like Ballon d'Or nominee from their team. Like Dembele
Booze.
is balling. I think this is stats-wise best season ever.
Yeah.
I say
sure.
almost certainly.
Yeah.
Took a
and,
minute.
And a guy like Barcola is like one of the last guys we mentioned, which is still a spectacular. I don't know if I'd say world class, but it definitely
Bro,
high
Barcola's
elite.
world class.
Maybe this year, yeah.
Fringe, but
Yes.
he's definitely there.
And
He's high
imagine,
elite.
okay, but imagine that being your third option winger.
That's crazy. With Desiree Doué.
And
Yeah.
Doué comes on.
Wow.
And bro, Doué at the second leg came on
Cooked.
and said, bro, this is an important game. I still don't care. I'm still doing elastic.
Your bench scraps are going to loan to CL teams like Aston Villa and like playing very well.
Asensio?
Mercensio.
No, but I
Respect.
don't know how we didn't see this squad building.
It
from
clicked,
PSG.
man. Everything just clicks. This is one of the few teams in Europe where you're looking at each phase of the pitch. You're like, that is solid.
Top three, top three, top three.
Exactly.
Okay,
So,
but
this
we
is how you build a
we
team.
also got to put into context that there's been years in the past where we said, "Oh, PSG are the best, PSG are the best, PSG are the best," and then they go into a CL knockout and they somehow lose to some random.
I think defensively they've never been better. Midfield wise, like debatable, but I honestly
they've never been better than the time than they had
Defensively?
Thiago Silva, David Luiz, and stuff like that.
in big knockout games they haven't been good. In the past,
I don't know, bro.
a lot of asterisks.
But they were pulling up with.
They've definitely not had a better manager. I'll
Silva,
tell
They
you
were
that.
pulling up
Marquinhos.
with Levin Kurzawa, the left back, bro.
As a left back. Yeah.
Kurzawa was a
Kurzawa.
bench. I'm
Maxwell
pretty
back
sure
in the day.
Maxwell, who's
It was
a right
it was
back.
Maxwell, Thiago Silva, David Luiz, and the right back was Aurier, I think.
This was
Oh,
before,
Sergio
before,
Aurier.
before Poch.
way before
Poch.
way before.
Who was manager?
It was Laurent Blanc.
Molto Bernard.
Laurent Blanc.
Back in the
Yeah.
day, Inter Don, by the way.
They would get Man City in the CL every year.
And then
Yeah,
they lose.
I remember that.
Yeah.
And then Man City would go on to face Monaco.
Yeah.
I would be willing to say PSG would be competing with Liverpool this season for the Premier League title at this point in the season.
100%.
The way they built this team, the way that they play right now, I'm going to say that they might actually win the Premier League.
That's
Oh my
not
God. It's your rage bait.
It's not rage bait.
bro, that's crazy.
It's definitely not rage bait.
There is a point. As I said, they have a top 3 striking force.
They'd have the best. They'd have the best front three in the Premier League.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's not
they
a
do.
debate. I don't think that's a debate.
They would have a
personally.
top 5 midfield in the Premier League.
Not a debate.
Top 3 in the world.
Bro, Milenkovic, you have a backline with Milenkovic, which is top 4 in the Premier League. Pacho and Marquinhos, why not? Why not them win the Premier League?
The way this
yeah.
the way this PSG team has been put together, man, is absolutely fantastic. And without Mbappe too, and they somehow are more balanced.
Yeah.
They would finish. I would put. They'd be in between Liverpool and Arsenal. They'd
In
be in
between?
between
So
them.
second
Yeah, they'd be second.
So the
So-
team that beat them in the Champions League,
scoreboard.
that you'd put them above them.
Okay, so now listen, okay? I'll tell you. So you just worry about one competition, okay? Now, I'll
What
tell you
about
how a
three?
league works, okay?
about
There's no
three?
extra time. There's no extra time and penalties, okay? So Liverpool won one of the games.
They got
and
dominated.
PSG won one of the games. So the points were
I call that competition.
separated, Millie, separated.
I call that competition.
And then in the Champions League phase, PSG got dominated by Arsenal. So let's go back and see the record against Prem teams this year in the Champions League, because I believe it's actually 500 because they beat Man City.
What are you?
Scoreboard.
500.
It's actually scoreboard.
Christian.
500. That's a term. You know what that means from?
No.
So that's a North American term, I guess. 500 means that you
You're
won
winning
2,
50%.
you lost 2, you won 3, you lost 3. It's your 50%.
It's based on 1.0000,
Yeah.
so it's like
was like a
0.500.
batting average.
When a
thing?
team
Yeah.
is 500,
Oh.
no, batting average is
Yeah, it's the same.
no one's hitting 500 batting.
Yeah, no, that's not possible.
It's a batting
You're a Hall of
average.
Famer.
500 is more like when a team is 500. Let's say in an 82 game season, they went 41 and 41
Why they say 500?
because that's the winning percentage. It's 0.5.
So you say 500.
Okay.
North American slang.
Regardless, PSG don't have a loss in their league, so it shows that they can control a domestic league while still doing well. I mean, they're in Ligue 1, but still, put that into the Premier League. Drop that consistent domestic form with the Champions League fixtures, bro. I do not see why you can argue PSG wouldn't be competing for
The
the Prem title.
domestic form is easy because you can play your scraps on the weekend. They
Okay.
don't.
They have 73 goals scored in 26 matches. I don't care if that's the Portuguese league or the MLS. Bro, that is pure, not a loss. They haven't skipped a beat. And I said that they were bad at the beginning of the season.
They're clearly
I'm
a
getting-
level above.
Paolo was the main advocate of Ligue 1 being like the worst league in history of mankind.
I know, but-
and then now since
Bro, it's
PSG
pure-
beats a Prem team, it's like, oh my God, these guys are the second coming of
Bro,
Jesus.
it's, I know, but you don't have a
Welcome to
loss.
Box2Box,
You
bro.
don't have a loss. You went faultless. You can say all you want about the other teams. You went
Proving how easy Arsenal's invincible season was, by the way. Thank you. But that's a whole other conversation.
That's crazy work.
I don't know if you don't want to talk about football, bro.
They have an insane team. You can't deny it.
They do have a crazy team, but they would not be able to do this in the Premier League. I
Bro, they
refuse to
beat
believe it.
Wolves. They beat. They. I can be confident they would beat. What's some mid-table, bro? The Manchester United. They
The
could beat.
issue is
Chelsea,
that one.
they would beat.
Yes, they would beat Manchester United. They'd beat Chelsea, but the opportunity to slip up in Ligue 1 is a lot there's a lot less risk of slipping up. You can play your backup team. PSG's backup team compared to the average team in Ligue 1 is still a super team.
But they don't play their backup team.
That's even more of an issue in the Premier League. You can't just play your top team every single week.
So everything's an issue.
It is. It's a cakewalk. You're literally describing
Yeah, but
Ligue 1
listen,
as a
their
cakewalk.
backup team is good. Like, they have good depth.
Yes.
I don't
But
think
if
there's
you
rarely
pull up to Brighton with your whole backup team, you will still lose.
A whole backup team.
Yeah, that's-
I don't see Liverpool pulling up every game with their backup
They
team.
never
because
pull up
they
with their backup
can't.
team.
You can't do
mean you
that in the
can't?
Premier
And
League.
PSG don't. Like
PSG don't either. Bro,
it's
that just
minutes
shows that the
played, bro.
depth that they
It's
have.
minutes
Not minutes
running.
played. It's minutes running. What's this new stat that we came up
No,
with?
it's running minutes, bro. It's the same. If you're
Yeah.
running 5 kilometers in France, you're running 5 kilometers in
Yeah,
England.
but the issue right now
tiring.
is that you said PSG have 26 games. You
Played?
said PSG have 26 games played, right?
Yeah.
the Premier League, we are past 26. So how many are we at?
You're about to see some bullshit, but
29. Okay. So that's 3 extra games within this calendar. We had an extra cup competition too. So
one?
Carabao Cup, there's no such equivalent in France.
do you know the cups that are happening in
Yes,
in
de France.
it's Coupe de France, which is FA Cup.
Ça, c'est très bon.
And they have that glorified community shield. So basically, Liverpool have a whole other competition to worry about, which is the Carabao
Well,
Cup.
clearly they don't worry about it because they play their scrubs.
They made it to the
half
final.
tournament.
Okay.
And they played their scrubs all the way through.
Enjoy that Super Copa.
Oh my God, we've reached the depths of
Brain rot.
Ugats.
Crazy.
And then on top of that, they have 3 extra game played in the league. So the
You're-
PSG
bro.
schedule has been a lot more favorable.
certainly, but
Bro, I have PSG number 1, so I don't even know what the fuck
Number
we're-
1?
Yes,
Rage
bro.
baited.
They deserve to be number 1. You took down the top
Yes, of
dog. You
course.
deserve to be there. You are right now. Like if this is like a WWE
Whoever
style
they
or a
said,
UFC,
they're
They're all
actually-
lining up.
Bro, it's like a massive 18-car car crash, bro. I have to say, I have to say,
It just clicked. It just clicked.
I know, bro. Bro, his agendas are starting to merge, bro. It's like the time machine where the guy's ear becomes his eye and his eye becomes his ear. I need a shit on Barca, so I gotta put them second. I can't put them first because that would be fucked up. PSG needs to go 1, but Liverpool needs to be the best team in the world because the Prem is the best league in the world. Bro, you're getting caught up.
no,
And then you're
because
saying,
you got too many side chicks, bro.
Ligue 1
Agendas
is
like
all
this.
fodder that PSG who cares where they finish because they would never finish
But
like that.
Lyon is
okay,
crazy
okay.
and-
Now,
and
now
they're
can
better
you let
first.
me
Yeah,
can you
that
let
is
me
true.
explain? Okay, so
A lot of explaining to do.
Tough.
in a
You have to
UFC,
bunch
in a
of explaining.
UFC, this is
All your
basically
side
like
chicks are
a
in front of you and they all
UFC.
found
so
out.
in UFC.
Talk about football. UFC.
No, because you have to put it in terms that these Neanderthals will understand. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
UFC.
fire, sports.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
UFC, there's someone. Let's say
Idiots.
number 1 spot on our power rankings is the belt. So you have the heavyweight belt. Alex Pereira is the best.
Put the belt. Okay, I got it. Belt.
Alex Pereira is the best fighter in the world.
Okay.
He lost to Ankalaev. Does that mean that Ankalaev is a better fighter than Pereira? No.
Yeah.
But Pereira gets the belt.
Pereira lost the belt. You
Pereira
me at
lost the
bro.
belt.
I'm a Neanderthal. You lost me at the belt.
Okay. So the viewers who aren't stupid will understand.
Hopefully there's some. 'Cause,
Listen.
I'm too complicated for me.
And I have PSG 1, and that means I have Barcelona 2. So
I'm just gonna gloss over that, but it's okay.
Just let us slide, bro.
Let it slide. But at number 2, I have
Bro,
PSG.
there is absolutely no argument for not putting Barcelona 1.
Yeah.
I try to find every single I love to shit
PSG?
on. I love to shit on
PSG
Barca. bro.
beating Liverpool, Barcelona beating Benfica.
Okay,
And
figure-
Atletico.
4-2.
Atletico, they were losing for.
They're first in La
Speak
Liga.
about the performance. Speak about the performance. guys. Speak about
Bro,
the performance.
Barca-
Bro,
Barca
did you
have-
watch the game?
Speak about the performance.
The performance
guys.
was good from Barcelona.
Down for 70 minutes of the game.
Am I wrong or Barca have won
I
their last
forgot
like
games end at 70 minutes. What?
Crazy work. Crazy work.
What are we talking about?
Let me check Barca's form.
Insane. They haven't lost in like 10 games. Undefeated.
Varvar,
Bro, I brought them up. What the fuck you want? PSG
Bro,
just beat Liverpool, bro.
Why am I defending Barca? PSG have not done more to prove that they are the number 1 spot than Barca, bro.
Yes,
That
they
is
have.
pure bias.
Bro, they're close.
Pure bias.
They're close. They're close.
Pure fucking
Definitely
bias, bro.
close.
They're not close.
How am I getting rage baited with Barcelona, bro?
Yeah.
Barca is the clear one this week.
Clear one.
Clear one. I
Clear
would
one.
love to put. I'd find any reason in the world to put them 2. They are number 1 this week, and I
So
think
PSG have not lost all season practically, other than Arsenal.
Okay, but
Who cares
again,
about all
this is
season?
where you say that run is meant less because it's not the Premier League.
Yes,
But Barcelona
but
are doing it
Barcelona
in
have
La
lost
Liga.
in La Liga, which is also once again. Stop. Okay,
Wait, buy yourself some time. Say it once again.
no.
One more time.
Once again.
Premier League, all the other top 5 leagues. So La Liga is a lot closer to Ligue 1 than it is to the Premier League. The gap between the Premier League and every other league is massive.
That's such a generalization, bro.
It's not a
Look,
generalization.
Barcelona in Champions League against Benfica was great.
There's 3 good fucking teams in La Liga. There's 17 in the Prem good teams. There's 3 teams
Why
in
are
La
you
Liga
bringing
that
up-
do with that duel every
Why are you
year.
bringing
Every
up
other
Prem?
year, they're all dog shit. Man United beat Real Sociedad, bro.
So?
Man United, the worst team I've watched in my life. The worst Man United I've watched in my life. We're 13th.
Why are you bringing up Prem?
Destroyed Real Sociedad.
But Amarin's building
Real
a project.
Sociedad's
though.
Well-
Zubimendi looked like absolute dog piss. Meanwhile, this guy's a superstar player in La Liga.
Sociedad's 12th
Superstar
place
player.
in La
Oh my
Liga.
lord.
Yeah? So Zubimendi's a superstar midfield signing.
Real Sociedad is
Isolate a
12?
singular player for your debate topic.
Anthony joined your
You've reached-
I'm not even saying your league.
My league.
Anthony joined Real Betis and is
Bosh.
now the second, like, a global superstar for that league.
Okay.
I can't take your league serious.
I don't know. Barbara's losing it today.
I don't know. I didn't realize Ligue 1 had like a Real Madrid and Atletico.
They have
Ligue 1.
PSG, which
Yes.
is close, like a
but
Barcelona
PSG
and
but
Atletico
PSG don't
this year.
face PSG. You get what I
Are
mean?
you sure?
Like PSG PSG one doesn't face PSG.
Millie, I'm afraid our lists are very similar. I have Barca first and
Shockingly-
PSG second as well.
Shockingly similar.
Who do you have third?
Inter,
Who do you have fourth?
Bayern. That's where we
Okay, thank God.
That's for deviant.
And then fifth, Liverpool?
Fifth Real. Sixth
Okay, thank
Liverpool.
God. It's not that similar.
Yeah, but Barca.
It's around there, though.
Barca.
Barca 100%
Barca
first.
was the first team on my list as the number
Yeah.
one. First team. They've done nothing to tell me otherwise.
Yeah.
They are the most informed team in the world. Rafinha currently, in my honest opinion, is leading the race for the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah, right now,
Right now, in this current moment,
Rafinha is
in the
Ballon
moment,
d'Or. Bro.
moment of recording, he's the runner. He's
Yeah.
leading the race for the Ballon d'Or.
Bro, Barca have not lost a game in 18 matches.
insane.
Bro, you have to go back.
How many wins do they have?
December 21st.
How many wins do they have in the last?
You're telling me
month?
they haven't lost in 2024?
Have they lost this month?
No,
What's the month start?
Feb 11th or Feb 12th?
they haven't.
They haven't lost.
Have they won all their
And
games?
even in Copa del Rey, remember that 4-4?
They drew one game to Atletico. 4-4.
every other game was a win.
Every other game was a win.
And it's dominant wins.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Six wins.
Bro, PSG are levels above anyone in the Ligue 1. That's not a
PSG,
debate.
I think, are in that conversation, but they're second.
Yeah, those are big wins.
I think it's far from Barca.
Far from Barca?
Far from Barca.
It's a debate.
This is the biggest one of them all, but even this.
yeah, bro, that's not a debate. I definitely think Barcelona deserve
Yeah, they deserve the one spot.
the one spot this year.
I'm more scared of going to play Barcelona tomorrow than PSG. Not
Equally as scared.
insane.
Equally as scared. Yeah.
Equally as scared, but I think right now Barca.
No, Millie.
Barca are
Bro,
tough.
in let's say you are Inter, Inzaghi's your manager, bro. He can.
I'm playing Bayern, bro.
I am.
No,
I'm
but
playing
you
Bayern,
can-
bro. I'm not
Thank
going to
you
answer
for-
that
thank you-
question.
Thank you for stating factual information.
Inzaghi
for once
can
on this
manage
podcast.
PSG.
Woo. Crazy.
Inzaghi can manage PSG a lot better than he can manage Barca, bro. You have Lamine
Honestly, I
Yamal,
agree with that.
Rafinha, and shit running around you. You're cooked.
Imagine Cherby trying to manage Rafinha.
Bro, you can't mark those guys.
You can't.
You can't mark those guys, bro. Lamine Yamal will pick up the ball from the touchline and just fucking cook 3 of your players, and then that's it.
He's so good.
Although Cavara, Dembele, and Barcola might do that, but I think that-
PSG's team is equally as good.
yeah, but the certainty of Barcelona is
Yes.
much stronger,
Yes.
in my opinion.
And
But yeah.
Pedri will class.
So yeah,
good.
those are our
Power rankings.
updated power rankings.
Can't believe
for
it
the
wasn't
month.
like not even that crazy not even that contested this week.
No, not really. It wasn't even that much. I
Very
don't even think
civil.
there was any rage bait.
No, I mean that's just
They ganged up on me this episode.
because you were Varver.
Worst
This
ball
week,
knowledge gets ganged
this
up
week
on.
was bad, Varver.
But we will be posting these on our Instagram, so go follow that if you
Yeah.
haven't.
We have a couple more topics, but those are going to be on the Patreon. I mean, the other weeks we did our Champions League preview on the Patreon. So if you want to see extended podcast, check out our Patreon. The link's probably down below in the
yes.
description. But boys, episode 50 next week. This week
big
is power
5-0.
rankings. Shit's nice at Box2Box podcast.
We chilling.
We nice. We good. We're
love
That's
it.
crazy.
We loving it.
And I think that's about it, guys.
Yep. So we'll see you guys on the Patreon
Yep.
Yeah. Or next
Ciao,
week.
guys.
or next week. Yeah.